No, all I see in the left online space is clout chasers and people wanting to be celebrities. You know, and then the people that want to be friends with those people. That's all I see. I see a couple well-meaning people, but grand majority are clout chasers, celebrity obsessed fucking psychopaths, basically. That don't want to help anybody. They just want to help themselves. And it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. All these warning signs are happening. All these warning signs are happening right in front of us. No one cares. Yeah, peace sells, but who's buying, right? Yeah. I'm so demoralized, honestly. It's like you got the online left criticizing AOC. And I get it. I criticize her all the time as well, but they're basically being fatalistic. Like, oh, cancel her, it's over. So if AOC is over and the squad is over, then what do we have? What do progressives have? Literally nothing. We literally have no one representing our views. Not even pretending. And yeah, no, I got a clip. Hey, what up, Bjorn? Yeah, I got a clip of AOC. Not AOC, but Ro Khanna disappointing. You know, disappointing me. So I get it. Yeah, criticize the squad. You know, but it's like, you know, I'm not here to leap to their defense. Ro Khanna is making me sick with this bullshit. But if we don't have the squad, then we literally have no one representing our values. And if we have no one representing our values, why are we not in the streets? Why are we not protesting? Why are we not, you know, building and donating to progressive movements? And all I get is pushback. I don't know. All I get is pushback and defense of neoliberal, dogma. It's crazy. People leap to the defense of Hassan. Just go on and on and on. And they always say this, oh, I did this, I protested here, I protested there, I did this, I did that. Why would people think that actions in the past are going to help us in the present? You know, oh, I'm a union organizer. I made some fancy program to help the Democratic Party. I did this, I did that. Okay, what are you doing now? Is anyone doing anything? I'm gonna participate in this May Day strike. I'll probably be the only one there. I'm hoping to do a 24-hour IRL live stream. You know, outside freezing my ass off. I'll be the only one there, but you see, it's not about. It's about holding true to your principles and what you believe in. No one cares. I want to be friends with my celebrity buddy. Yeah, it would have worked as unions. Of course, unions, yeah. Yes. No, I'm spending a lot of money and trying to invest in it. It's going to cost me like $150 just for the data plan. So, no, I don't. I don't even know why I would bother investing in it. No one watches my shit. No one gives a shit except for the true OGs. But a couple OGs ain't enough to make a movement. You know? Yeah. Yeah, that's how they do it. It's crazy too. You know OG Storm? Absolutely. But if it's a couple OGs versus the world, I don't know if we're gonna win it, man. I'm so sick of this shit. I mean, the warning signs are there, but then we got, you know, and people criticize, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit from Rokana, man.
Segment made me want to pull my hair out. This is MSNBC. This is Chris Hayes' show. Now, he's talking to two people.
Join that May Day strike. Don't forget where we got our 40-hour work week from. Don't forget that your labor is worth something. Okay? Don't forget that they panic when you stop providing your labor. You know, don't forget that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that we have all the power. Doesn't matter that we have all the chips. No, we're utterly convinced that the powerless are our issue. We're completely turned 180. It's the powerless that's the problem. It's the people that don't vote. That's why we don't have a, progressive utopias, because no one wants to vote for Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. While Nancy Pelosi making millions on stock trades, while these people completely enrich themselves and ignore the poor. Go to San Francisco. Go to San Francisco and tell me that neoliberal governance is working. Go to San Francisco and tell me the neoliberal governance is working. Look at this shit. I walked by this shit every single day. Yeah, we need, of course we need more Bernie Sanders, but even Bernie Sanders is the fucking problem. He's still concerned with being friends with the neoliberal establishment. We need a Bernie Sanders that doesn't give a shit about making friends. We need a Bernie Sanders willing to go fuck you. I'm anti-war. I'm anti, destruction of the Palestinian people. Bernie's a start, though. He introduced, the concept of, democratic socialism to the masses. This is the shit I walk by every single day. This is Nancy Pelosi's fucking San Francisco. It's a disaster. Okay? And let me tell you, these people are unstable. Okay? They mean mug you. They get aggressive with you. Okay? This is a complete failure of governance. Exactly. It's the neoliberal experiment in action, and this is what it is, man. It's like this, paying lip service to the idea of progressivism. We all know this shit. This isn't fucking news. No, I mean, you need a populace. You don't need to say Trump. But yeah, no, I see. That's exactly what we need. We need someone, not giving a fuck, not out there to make friends. And, AOC, we thought that was AOC. And she got in there, she started making friends. Ro Khanna gets in there defending fucking Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. If you're not recognizing that the neoliberal establishment is the enemy of progressivism, you've already failed. And then you go on Twitter and you're like, yeah, no, nonviolent direct political action, saying fuck you to the neoliberals. That's the answer. It's the obvious answer. If you take in all this information, the obvious answer is to say, well, fuck these people. Fuck these people. I'm going to vote for a real progressive. And just hundreds and thousands of people on Twitter. Oh, no. It's this, it's that, it's the powerless, it's the fascists. No. These people want our vote. They got to earn it. That's how this shit works. Oh, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah, no, it's the powerless. That's the cause of all this suffering. Yeah, it's the people with zero fucking power.
Who I like. Look, I like these people. Ed Markey, Ro Khanna. These are good. These are, as far as politicians go, these are some of the better politicians in the country.
Yeah, don't go to Twitter, because the solution on Twitter is to fucking, what, throw them all away? Throw them all away? What, replace them with some ideal, communist replacement that doesn't exist? Some ideal, perfect idealist that doesn't exist? People are playing like they got a full house, and then they're fucking playing Go Fish. Just want to stop paying attention. I'm right there with you, man. I tell you, after the 2024 election, when the fascists secure their victory, I might take like a couple months off. I'm doing the best I can to fight back. I'm doing the best I can to push back. I really am. I really am. I get pushback from the fascists, of course. I expect that. But then I'm getting pushback from the people on, supposedly on my side too. It's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath if you're a progressive. Somehow the solution is to vote for more neoliberals, guys. Still. We're still pulling that Hillary 2016 shit. We've learned nothing on the left. And it's all fun and games right now. It's all fun and games. I got a family. That's why I moved them out to Canada, man. I love my family. I don't have a kid yet. In a couple months, I will be. That's why I'm sobering up. That's why I'm not on the dope. So I got strong sperm. Shit, I'm even avoiding drinking out of plastics, eating out of warm plastic, everything. Going full natural. Switched all my lotions and face scrubs to Burt's Bees. That Burt's Bees face wash is fucking weird, dude. You're rubbing oatmeal and shit on your face, man. Feels like I'm rubbing fucking cream, like not like food cream, not like face cream, because all those chemicals that they put in your face cream is what makes it feel like tingly and all that shit. So you take all that shit out, feels like I'm rubbing fucking oatmeal on my face. Whatever. This body is adorned with honey milk. I smell great, I can tell you that. I'll probably start breaking out in acne. Yeah, I fucking hate kids, to be straight honest with you. But children is the only way you can pass on a legacy, unless you're a pharaoh building a pyramid, And look, we should be living for our future. We should be living in the present for our future, and the children are our future. I know it's fucking cringe as it sounds. It's true. Okay, you don't get to live forever. Right? So the best you can do is try to instill some of your principles and values into the future generation, so that they can continue the project once you're gone. Everyone thinks they're going to live forever through their fucking religion. Not everyone, of course, but a lot of people. So they become nihilistic and they live for the moment. You got these psychopath Christians who are like, the earth is ours to exploit. It's a gift from God, and we should exploit it to the fullest. That's why I'm allowed to poison your drinking water. Goes on the dad stuff, buddy. Shit ever hits the fan, you're welcome in my house. It's very cold in the corner of the world. I appreciate it, Lost on Earth. Same to you. If you're ever in Vancouver, you need a couch to sleep on for a couple days, I'm sure I could convince the wife. You always got to be asking the wife that shit. Can't be, if I was a single dude, I'd just be letting anybody in my house. Anyway, let's fucking all puke together. I'll quit pausing. Let's all puke together and watch the squad disappoint us yet again.
Okay. But they're going to have a conversation here about Build Back Better in Joe Manchin. And
yeah,
it makes me want to...
Yes, Jorn. Yeah, I mean, you're a pagan. So, yeah, that would be a very appropriate view for a pagan. And even though I'm not a pagan, I do agree with, taking care of our earth. Okay, last pause. I lived in Canada for like 2 years. Not going back, to be honest. Well, that's your choice. That's fine. And it ain't, it ain't all fucking maple syrup and roses over here. I can tell you that. All right. The housing market's completely exploitative. Justin Trudeau, frankly, feels weak. We have a real progressive party, the NDP, that can't get anywhere because everyone just reflexively votes left or right, just like in the United States. So anyway, enough pausing. Let's puke together at Rokana.
Shove my nuts in a waffle iron.
Yeah, I agree.
The climate portion of the bill, the $500 billion, already went through a kind of like Manchin washing, where a bunch of stuff that he objected to got taken out, including things that I really support. I think both of you support the clean energy.
He's better than your average neoliberal.
Taken out. I think we should have it in. But you know what? You can't get a vote for it. You can't get a vote for it.
But that doesn't mean much.
Congressman Khanna, do you agree with this strategy?
I do, Chris. Let me just say, because I rarely am on with Senator Markey, no one has done more for the climate in the entire Senate or House than he has. But climate will be the foundation for what we come up with. It's going to be about $500 billion. As
I'm
you
happy
said,
for you,
Senator
Sean.
Manchin is on board with that. It will be the largest investment in climate that the United States government has ever made. My view is, and I have a good relationship with Senator Manchin, let's give him a chance to say what he is for. I think he's going to be for not just climate, but universal preschool. He's actually for raising taxes on some of people who are wealthy. He's for negotiating on prescription drugs. I think he can come up with something.
We're still talking about debating this man. We're still talking about working with this man like he isn't the fucking enemy. Ro Khanna, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? This motherfucker pisses in your face and shits in your cornflakes, and you're all munching away like, oh, we could still work together. What kind of weak fucking spine? I mean, it's disgusting. Where the fuck is the fight? Where the fuck is the pushback? You can't work with this man? Are you joking? At this late stage in the game, we're still talking about this, working with him. Are you joking?
That will have the consensus, support of the president, support of House progressives. And we should give him that opportunity. And frankly, we should do it with this.
Why would we give him this opportunity to further delay and stymie a fucking progressive agenda? Why? Why, man?
I mean, going to attacking him isn't going to get you the 51 votes.
I couldn't agree more. I'm agreeing. We're
of course you couldn't agree more, you fucking hack.
I was all ready to argue with both of you. But I do think, I mean, I guess this is, everyone's gotten religion on this, because I think that, look, the strategy here, Senator Markey, was we're going to outline this thing and we're going to get Manchin and Sinema to come along. And, you know, you can't invent leverage over a person that you don't have.
But you do have leverage.
There's such a there's a fuck ton of leverage. There's so much fucking leverage, and then Kyle Kulinski spends the rest of this 9-minute video going over all the fucking leverage that Joe Biden would have over fucking Manchin. All the leverage that they could use. That they're just not touching. You know why? Because they agree with Manchin. This is not fucking 4D chess. This is not complicated. This is simple corruption. Okay? A rotating villain strategy that they think they're going to be able to bring to the American people. Oh, yeah, well, we tried, but Manchin and the parliamentarian wouldn't let us do it. So go ahead and vote more Democrats. That's not a winning fucking message. Meanwhile, the fascists are like, oh, yeah, well, we took care of CRT, and we're burning books, and we took care of trans, and we're doing all this culture war shit for you. Of course it's bullshit, but it's something. They're going to run on something. The neoliberals are going to run on their fucking farts. Why would he be a Republican when he's so goddamn effective as what he is now?
You absolutely have leverage, but you have to be willing to use that leverage, and that takes balls, and that takes commitment to the things that you're fighting for, and I don't think that commitment is there in any serious way from Joe Biden. Maybe to one or two of the provisions of his bill, it is there, but not for the entire bill. That's for damn sure. So what was the leverage? Look, I've said this, I've given this rant so many times. I'm so tired of giving this rant, and you guys are probably tired of hearing it, but say along with me. They're talking about Joe Manchin. His daughter is a criminal. She was involved in price fixing for pharmaceuticals. They have her caught on emails, dead to rights, saying, look, how do we come up with a rationalization to jack this price up? Because that's what we're going to do. I mean, she's basically out there saying, I, Joe Manchin's daughter, love committing crimes. Here I'm going to outline the crimes I will commit.
So anyway, he spends the rest of the video explaining all the various leverage that could be used against Manchin that isn't. Yeah. Meanwhile, fruity-ass characters like Matt Walsh here, over here in a video defending arranged marriages, they're winning. They're winning, dudes. I'm not going to play this video, but the basic gist is that he believes in arranged marriages. Okay? Because there's too many options. There's too many choices. Right-wing fascists need arranged marriage. One, because they want to marry children. Two, because no one wants to fuck them. Okay? No one wants to fuck a bigot. No one wants to fuck an asshole. The only way they feel, the only way that they feel that they can get any women is when they're forced to. But let's not forget what they really want. They want to marry a little 10-year-old is what they want to do. And they'll justify it with their fucking book. They'll justify it with their fucking book. No, this weak chin motherfucker hiding behind his fucking beard. Yeah, he wants to tell your daughter you gotta fuck him. Oh, your daughter's hot. Can I give you $1,000 for her? What's the dowry on this one? I'd like to purchase her. Yeah, traditional values don't realize the utopia would literally be the first line and then melted for biofuel. The moment they achieve their victory, they're going to start eating themselves alive. They already are. I made the prediction in my last stream that when in 2024, when DeSantis or Trump wins, they're going to be saying Alex Jones is too left wing. Whatever. Get that piece of shit off my screen. The kids get it. Some of these kids get it. So I wanted to show them. Some of them get it. Here we are. Texas literally banning and burning books. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here's an image. Here's the image right here. Here's, just a small sampling. Wait for Gens. I think most of us are going to be at least progressive. Just wait for Gen Z. We don't have time. I mean, that's what the Republicans are doing. They're getting ahead of this. Right? They're getting ahead of the progressive wave that is, they see it. They see the demographics changing. They see the demographics changing. They know young people don't want to vote for me. Plug me your Twitter. I want to follow. Yeah, for sure. It's right here. Yeah, they know it. So they're getting ahead of it. I appreciate the support on Twitter. Like it fucking matters. Like it fucking matters. 1984 and 2020, Fahrenheit 451 or whatever was fucking banned. They're going to be burning these books. They're not just banning them, they're burning them. This classic fascism. They got to get ahead of this shit. Okay, and so that they can start forcing you to go their way. Because if this was an honest democratic choice, they would lose handily, easily. They know it. Good book, huh? How about them blood gutters, huh? Book is fascinating. Yeah, we got Steinbeck on here. To Kill a Mockingbird. Look at this. To Kill a Mockingbird. Literature. Just books in general about literature. Oh, guys, no, it was CRT. This is all for CRT, guys. Because we can't, I guess 1984 teaches you to be racist. We got to get rid of them. This is how fascists operate. This is how they do it.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to me today as I speak about the bill calling for the removal of books from our school libraries.
Sorry about that.
I feel this new book banning bill is irresponsible, ignorant, and even dangerous. Many books on the list from Representative Krause contain helpful information about abortions, sexual education, and human rights. Books that mention LGBTQ+ people make up over half the books listed. Removal of these books could lead to miseducation of teens due to lack of consistent information, which could add to mistrust in parents, teachers, and other adults in their life.
And let's just talk about the obvious. Okay, banning these things, banning these books is not going to make LGBT people go away. Okay, it's just going to make them suffer more because they're going to have to hide who they are. You know, did all the homosexual panic in the 80s, did that stop homosexuals? No, it didn't. No, it fucking didn't. And that's the idea here. When you're banning books, you're trying to ban something out of society. These fuckers call us snowflakes.
This constant need to control youth and their development shows a systematic problem within this school system. So many histories, such as those of LGBTQ+ people, indigenous people, and that of the true history of our country will be erased if this book ban follows through.
That's
One of
what they
Granbury
want.
High School's own seniors, Kennedy Tackett, started a petition to stop the book ban. In just 4 days, it had already gotten 646 signatures.
That's what we're talking about right here. The fascists are getting ahead of the people because they know that democratically they don't have the support of the people. 600,000 people said no to this. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that there's a vocal minority pushing this. That doesn't matter. No, you're going to do what we say. That's the fascist way. You know? Oh, I don't like your sexual orientation. I'm going to force you to change it. That's how fascists operate.
One of the most liked comments on the petition came from GHS senior Caitlin Sacampo. Quote, "I don't need others to decide for me what's comfortable and appropriate for me to read. I'm here to get educated, and I should be able to go to my library for the necessary resources to do so."
Yeah, okay, I agree with this, but okay. Anyway, I'm just saying the left also participates in their own version of cancel culture. By creating safe spaces that exclude other people. You got that weird video that was on the internet a couple weeks ago of that black student criticizing a white student for being in their space, basically advocating for segregation. So this is a fucking brain rot on both sides that you can just ban your and what do we see on social media, right, with conservatives. Right? Getting banned. Oh, everyone cheers. Yay. Another person banned. Like we're going to ban our way to democracy. Okay? Free speech only matters when you're hearing something you disagree with. Right? We're just, I don't know. Is this that? Who's defending free speech? Weirdos on Twitch. Weirdos on Twitch in the news underground. No, exactly, Law. I'm just saying, like, the left has its own version of book banning, right? They call it, let's remove this person from the internet. Like that solves anything. Has canceling Alex Jones solved anything? Did getting Trump off Twitter, did that stop anything? Oh yeah, it did. It's been real effective. Yeah, my timeline's been so clean. Really? It's only a matter of time before, the oligarchs start coming after us, the progressives, right? You give them power to just silence them. Yeah, no, I mean, there's, free speech does end when you're making threats, right? Totally. And an argument could be made that when you're spreading COVID misinformation, you're threatening people's lives. What I'm asking for as a lefty on the fucking social media censorship shit is some regulation, some transparency, okay? I just want to take the power out of the oligarchs' hands. All right, fine. Someone broke the terms of services. They got banned or temporarily, whatever. You got to give us a reason. right? And you got to give that person a timetable where they can come back. You can't just exile them from the fucking top 5 websites of the fucking internet. What? It's a Band-Aid solution that honestly, and it's like, and then we lose the moral high ground when we talk about free speech. I'm over here talking about what if I was saying, oh wow, look at these fascists burning books, but then I applaud Donald Trump getting banned off Twitter permanently forever. I get that it's different, but it's also related. You know, we got to have some moral consistency here. Do we believe in free speech or not? But with that said, yeah, if you tweet out, I'm going to kill you, you know, yeah, no, you can't just be doing that. I get it. Just like you can't walk into a movie theater and say, you know, I'm fire. I'm going to light this place on fire. Yeah, no, exactly. No, and here it comes. We can't. Yeah, no, you're free to speak, but you're free to have, you should be free to be criticized as well. But no, this idea that lefties are going to ban their way to democracy. Yeah, respectfully disagree, whatever. Okay? Do you believe in free speech or not? Okay, because you heard something you didn't like and you exiled them. And you didn't do it. A regulatory body didn't do it. No. Some fucking oligarch sitting on a pile of money did it, based completely off their whims. It's totally unsustainable, and it will absolutely bite us in the ass. Progressives, people on the left, don't think for a fucking second that if lefties weren't actually effective at stopping the oligarchy, that they wouldn't be pulling that shit against us. Welcome back, Macarius Rex OG. Appreciate it. Thanks for the feedback on the mic. I don't know if you're kidding or not. Please tell me if you're kidding. If you're not, then there's something I got to do about it. But there's no moral consistency on the left when it comes to free speech. We're bitching about book burnings, and yet we're advocating for the complete exile from social media of right-wingers. I don't like what they have to say. That's why I use the ban button. That's why I use the mute button. Okay? But I can't sit here with a straight face and say burning books and burning, you know, and canceling culture and silencing speech is a bad thing, and then advocate for fucking right-wingers to get exiled because they said something I don't agree with. With that said, you put people's lives in danger. You should have extra scrutiny. Like you have the freedom to speak, but you don't have the freedom to avoid consequences of that speech. Right? Like the other people when they're debating, it's actually something people respond to. I need to fix it then. I gotta. Who cares? Who fucking cares?
Stop censoring my education. Uncomfortable with the book you picked? Close the book and put it back on the shelf. End quote. What is the board hoping to achieve by bringing this into fruition? Why must anyone decide the acceptable level of comfort before a book is removed from the shelf?
No, we should let Jack Dorsey and Mark Zuckerberg choose that for us. Don't you know? As a lefty, that's what I support. Multi-billionaires get to choose our speech. I think that's a great idea, guys.
Among other comments on the petition, one student mentioned that, quote, any and all forms of book bans are attacks on educational freedom, and librarians should not be discredited in their ability to choose books that are appropriate and educational, end quote. In conclusion, this ban would have adverse effects on the well-being and education of our student body. As students, we deserve a complete education free from bias. We want to learn about things that may not be the prettiest or the most comfortable, but we as students are entitled to complete knowledge, not information that has been disseminated. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, I don't like right-wingers. Okay, I don't like what they have to say, and I disagree with it. Okay? But I believe in free speech. I believe, you know, if you're going to say some shit that's completely wrong, that's fascistic, I should have the right to rebut it. Okay? But if you're trying to say, you know, we can't have people saying certain things, No, and don't try to tell, oh, they're a private organization. Oh, these are private companies. They get to choose what is and isn't on their platform. As a lefty, I believe social media companies should be considered, should be regulated in a special way because of their. I'm not denying the power of social media. I'm not denying the power of Twitter and Facebook, okay, and what they do to our elections. I'm not denying that. I'm saying is the solution to speech we don't like is more free speech. It's not less. And I sure as fuck don't think Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey or whoever the fuck's in charge of Twitter now has progressives' best interests in mind, has democracy's best interests in mind. I don't think they give a fucking shit about free speech. And that should bother everybody, because a grand majority of people are going through 10 websites on the internet. Grand majority of the traffic's going through these oligarchs' portals. I don't think they deserve that kind of power. And I would like to take it from them. People defending banning Trump. Like that fixed something. Like that fixed anything. Last time I checked, the fascists are about to take over this whole fucking country. Did that work? Did banning our way to democracy work, lefties? It did not. Gee, I wonder why. Gee, I wonder why.
Fascism is a cult of the leader who promises national restoration in the face of supposed humiliation by immigrants, leftists, liberals, minorities, homosexuals.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, free speech has its limits when it starts, hurting people, right? My thing is that, look, you're going to ban somebody, you got to tell us why, and there needs to be an opportunity for them to come back. Okay? And if we are going to give them a fucking, social media death sentence, it needs to be like explicit, you know what I mean? It needs to be documented, and there needs to be like the law says you're not allowed, to threaten someone's life, and if your speech directly results, but like we can't pass a law that says Joe Rogan. Like, what if we pass a law that says, well, Joe Rogan's COVID misinformation technically got people killed, so he should technically get banned. It's such a slippery slope. We can't be doing this. I despise Joe Rogan. I think his advice is ridiculous, and it's absolutely getting people killed. The people asking for ivermectin as their fucking ventilators getting hooked up to them. Why? Why are you asking for ivermectin, dude? Why? Because you saw a fucking segment on Joe Rogan. No. We can't. I mean, it's dangerous, though. How many people has Joe Rogan gotten killed? How many? We'll never know. We'll never know. But it's look. I have an article right here. Omicron deaths are higher than the Delta deaths. Where is it? More than 3. But Omicron drives U.S. deaths higher than in the fall than Delta wave. This is right off the AP. People listening to this terrible advice and dying. So if we're going to ban Joe Rogan for misinformation, there needs to be clear terms for that. It can't just be some oligarch's whim. And we can't depend on social media rage campaigns to be our, democracy wedge. We can't allow that to happen. If we are going to be banning speech, we need to be very clear as to why. Like there needs to be an investigation. Okay? How many? Let's try to figure it out. Let's let the fucking courts try to figure it out. We're going to ban Joe Rogan Well, how many people did he get killed? Well, is there any correlation between what he said and this rising wave? You know, we can't just let this be held to the oligarch's whim, man. At the same time, people be dying. So what do we do? Do we actually believe in free speech then? Or do we believe in a nanny state? Right? Where there's some Ministry of Truth. Oh, I know. Oh, fucking cringe. Oh, no. Cringe time. Oh, no. Just mention Nazis and ministries of information. Ironically, we just showed a photo of 1984 getting banned, about to be burned in Texas. I just don't think it's the solution. I just don't think it's the solution to ban free speech. To get it, to make us more free. To make us more safe. It might make us more safe, technically. There might be more lives saved. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. But at the very least, there's got to be some kind of paper trail, some kind of transparency. It can't just be up to Mark, the android Zuckerberg. And then there's no recourse. You can't email them. You can't find out why. They just do it, and then they can just stay silent. Every time a nanny or like a maid is brought up in my house, my wife ensures to remind me. She makes sure to remind me that it's not going to be a woman. And I keep saying, "Oh, let's get a Brazilian au pair."
Women, in the face of what the fascist leader says is a takeover of the country's media, cultural institutions, schools by these forces. And that's why you need a really macho, powerful, violent response. The fascist leader says he will solve the problem. Fascism is right-wing by nature. It's based on ultranationalism. However, you can have ultranationalist movements that are ultranationalist movements of minority groups. There is left-wing authoritarianism. There are bad things on the left. Stalin killed many, many people. Mao killed many, many people. These are terrible figures, but not all terrible things are fascist. Fascism is a very particular ideological structure. When thinking about fascism, you can't think about these individual elements in isolation. They come as a bundle. My name is Jason Stanley. I'm the Jacob.
Look, I don't like either one of those options, Lost on Earth, but at the very least, I just want a paper trail. I want a paper trail, and I want some transparency. You know, if we're gonna be exiling people from the internet, and let's face it, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube are the fucking internet. Thank you for the follow, Trudeau.
Borowski, professor of philosophy at Yale University, and the author of 5 books, most recently, How Fascism Works, The Politics of Us and Them.
Why dating a young... Wow. Is this because I was watching that Matt Walsh clip for 5 seconds? What? I'm sorry, young Asian women absolutely care if you're a 50-year-old man. What? Oh, God, the fantasies they are selling people. Wow. It's because I'm married to a Chinese woman. No, it's because we watched Matt Walsh for 5 seconds. Take the quiz. No, okay, we got to be serious here. And then the HelloFresh chick. Okay. Take the quiz.
We forget that many fascist regimes started off as democratic political...
By the way, thank you, Stjorn Bjorn, Mercurius, and Lost on Earth for sticking around. I appreciate it. I know this shit's depressing. It's starting to get to me. But I fight on. I soldier on. So I appreciate you soldiering on with me. Thank you.
Parties. We forget that Hitler, the Nazi party, ran in an election.
Yeah, I know, right? Lost on
Fascist
Earth.
Parties start as fascist social and political movements.
All Asian people think the same.
Power. So it's important to see that these tactics occur even in societies that do not have a fascist regime. All nationalism involves a mythic past. So you can say, look,
make America great
Polish
again.
People who spoke Polish and were...
Make America great again, but also the Clintonian era, like this era that the neoliberals, you know, think that ever existed, you know? Let's be real. There's a lot of myth making, you know, with the Clinton era, you know, with Jimmy Carter, you know. Not nearly on the same level here, okay? But
sheep herders and another bunch of Polish people who were fishermen. You can talk about how things were wonderful when we were all Polish together. That's a fine mythic past. But then there's the fascist mythic past. In the past, we were great. Wherein did our greatness consist? In our military. And in the past, the dominant racial group ruled over others. And then the fascist leader says...
Well, I'm so glad you asked that, actually. I have an article here. Anti-vaxxer truck convoy signals the insidious spread of Trumpism in Canada. And, you know, one thing that's being pointed out in the comment section here that we'll be going through is, you know, the fact that a lot of these people are getting their news from American sources. So we have Canadians making references to the Bill of Rights, which does not exist in Canada. We have a Charter of Human Rights. They'll make references to amendments when they're making their defenses of what they're doing. These are American things, you know. So, and I just saw an article. I should have queued it up, but there are Canadian politicians now that are saying that Trudeau is siding with Biden, right? You know, further equating, you know, Canadian politics with American politics because they know that the base that they're speaking to is getting their information from America and is embracing this Trumpism, politics, this Trump style politics. So, why is it happening? Because it works, I guess. I mean, the fact is that these people are a minority. They're an incredibly vocal minority. So I believe in democracy. You want to make a fool of yourself? You want to show the world that you actually don't know what you're talking about? You want to show the world just how small your movement is? Go for it. Make a fool of yourself. I would never take that away from you. It's educational, right? Well, I mean, look, if there was 10,000 truckers strong, we're not even close. Apparently there's over 26,000 truckers in Canada. And they got a couple hundred. 50,000 truckers. 50,000? 50,000? Every honest estimate of the truckers, it's not even 1,000. It's not even 1,000. 50,000. And that's Trumpism right there. It's a psyop? I don't know, but no, it's not a psyop. I mean, well, it's propaganda, which could be considered a psychological operation, I guess, right? But these people aren't consciously participating. Okay, Vinmart. Show me some numbers, buddy. Show me some numbers. I can't wait to see your links. Go ahead and show me some numbers, man. 50,000 truckers. What a fucking joke. Just get your shot, okay? Just get your fucking shot and we wouldn't have to deal with this shit. Okay? You got vaccines for every fucking other thing, but now it's a political thing. Now it's a liberty thing. Nobody was giving a fuck about the billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry and how shitty they were in 2019. Oh, but now it's a badge I wear. Ridiculous. 50,000. 50,000. You just pull that number square out of your ass. It's a nice round number, 50,000. It's barely 200.
That has been taken from you by the leftists and communists. They want to weaken our military. They want to weaken our greatness.
Hey, guys. I think we should play a game. Welcome, Vinmart. Oh, are you a dumbass? Let's find out. Let's find out today. Our first contestant, Vinmart. We're going to roll the dice here. See what grade you get. Ooh, grade 3. Almost grade 5. Grade 3. He can do this. Vinmart, are you ready to play? Hey, since you're such an expert, let's go ahead and do third grade question on U.S. history. Third grade question. Ready? Here we go. U.S. history. You have 5 seconds to answer. Vinmart. Ready? Don't look it up. You have 5 seconds to answer. It's easy. Multiple choice. You can do this. All right. Which one of the following is not considered to be one of the earliest European landing sites in North America? Not. Florida, Newfoundland, or Massachusetts? You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me your answer, Vinmart. And he doesn't know. It's 3, Massachusetts. Congratulations, Vinmart, for being our first dumbass of the day. Congratulations, buddy. Just gonna go ahead and time your bitch ass out. Bye. Enjoy your time out there, bud. Garbage Field would like to thank Vinmart for being our first dumbass of the day. Thank you so much, Vinmart, for being a complete fucking dumbass. Appreciate it. 5,000, guys. Oh, I see. I just Googled a bit, and yeah, it's 5,000 if you also include every other job in logistics also counted in, including the guy that maintains the trucks and the guy who runs the yards and where to park. Oh, okay. Okay. 50,000 strong, guys. How many people are in? How many people total? You know, what's the percentage of total amount of truckers? Of all the people, you know what I'm saying? Look, but I don't think their speech should be banned. And when it comes to vaccine mandates, I actually don't agree with mandates. Right? I don't agree with a government walking up to you and saying you need to put this in your body to live your life. Okay? I think the liberal solution to this problem is to provide if you don't want to get vaccine, so you got your QR code for your I'm vaccinated, right? Oh, show me my papers. They're called immunization records, jackass. Okay, so you got your QR code if you're vaccinated. Good for you. Go live your life. You know, go to a restaurant, they scan it. Oh, wow, you're vaccinated. Come on in. So you don't want to get vaccinated. Well, then I'm going to send you a fucking crate of COVID tests. Okay, you get it like 100 of them a month or whatever. Okay, and every 48 hours, if you want to go out and live your life, you want to go to a grocery store, you want to go to a movie theater, you want to do this, you want to do that, you take a test. And you get a 48-hour QR code. It says, well, I'm unvaccinated because of I don't know, because of some bullshit I heard on Joe Rogan. Because I'd rather take ivermectin. But here you go. Because I don't think the solution, once again, I don't think the solution is to ban these people from life. That's untenable. That's untenable. Okay? But here's the failure of neoliberal governance. Right? Because it's just do it. Just make my life easier. Welcome to governing. Welcome to democracy. Welcome to finding a fucking, compromise. And neoliberals don't want to do it. They just want to fucking, you can't go to a grocery store. You can't go to anywhere. You can't do anything. That's not the solution. That's not a fucking solution. So even though I don't agree with these idiots and their stupid fucking protest, you know, wearing this like a badge of honor, walking around with Jewish fucking Holocaust stars, of course I disagree with them. At the same time, I totally disagree with how neoliberals governance is handling this. Just ban our way, mandate our way to a victory. It's not happening. Unfortunately, we got to find compromise with morons. Welcome to democracy. This is a new concept for a lot of people, I guess. No. We're going to mandate our way to it. Just further making them martyrs. You got that guy who's not getting a kidney because he's not getting vaccinated. And like, well, you know, I mean, here's the thing. People are only given a kidney if it's statistically more likely that they're going to survive, right? You don't give a kidney to a man who's, you know, likely to die in 5 years. Unfortunately, that's a waste of kidney. Welcome to the fucking real world where those kind of health decisions are made. Yeah, you drank yourself into the fucking ground. You know, I mean, or you're just an unlucky son of a bitch who has liver cancer, right? And you're going to, you know, replace your liver, but you're going to die soon anyway. They make these decisions every single day. So you got that guy who's not getting a liver. And what does he say? I'm going to die free. I'm going to die free. I'm a martyr. Yeah, great. So we made a martyr. Great job, neoliberals. Right? That's an interesting case, though, because that is interesting, right? Like, that's been happening since well before COVID, you know? I mean, because kidneys are precious, right? Healthy kidneys are precious, right? There's not every day someone, you know, kills himself in a motorcycle accident, right? The kidneys are precious. So they've always done this. Like, well, sir, unfortunately, you're highly likely to die in the next, you know, 1 to 5 years. So unfortunately, you don't qualify for a new kidney. That's the disgusting, terrible state that this world is in. So it is interesting for a medical organization to say, no, we're not going to give you a healthy kidney because you refuse to get vaccinated and you might die of COVID at any moment. Let me remind people, there are lots of people dying of Omicron, of COVID, especially in the United States. Especially. People are dropping like flies. Oh, it ain't no big deal. It's the flu. I watched some Joe Rogan. Ain't no big deal. Oh, what do you mean? He took some monoclonal antibodies. Yeah, that cost a fucking fortune. That you know, that don't give you an immunization to COVID. Gives you a little boost. Oh yeah, no, I'm a $30,000 a year grocery store clerk. Give me those monoclonal antibodies instead of a cheap and efficient vaccine, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Would you give that guy a kidney? You know, some 19-year-old dies in a motorcycle accident. Would you give him that kidney? Some proud anti-vaxxer who's going to, you know, giggle, you know, laugh when he gets infected. I got the COVID. That's real funny, man. It's just like a cold. Yeah, it's called triage, and it's about making the tough decisions and letting some of them die. Yeah. It's just the way it is. Consider lucky to even exist in a time in history you get a kidney. True. As a libby lefty, though, I would really like a world where everyone gets taken care of. You know, I like the idea of science coming in with stem cells, you know, and creating organs that you need, you know, from your own body tissue and things like that, which is science that we're getting really, really close to. Hell, there was that successful heart transplant. Someone took a fucking heart out of a pig. Heart out of a pig, put it into a dude. First time ever in history. What does PETA have to say about it? What do you think PETA had to say about it? Oh yeah, animals shouldn't be used for that. Oh, PETA. Yeah, some might say that, Lost on Earth.
Propaganda is ubiquitous, and everyone uses propaganda. In political
I'm
propaganda,
propaganda.
your main message is something other than the information you're conveying. Fascist propaganda is a very particular structure. It's based around a friend-enemy distinction. The political opponent, they are a merciless threat to your very existence and your traditions.
Antifa, LGBT, you know, the gay agenda.
They are the other. When they are in charge, it subverts
BLM.
the nation. So the structure, fascist propaganda, is based on the idea
Yeah.
that the other are fundamentally opposed to the nation.
Yeah, and look up the stats. How many animals does PETA kill? It's beyond insane. It's beyond insane how many fucking animals, how many cats and dogs that PETA puts down. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, poor, you know, cancer-ridden dogs or dogs that were mutilated. I'm talking about healthy dogs getting put down on PETA's dime. What do you mean? PETA isn't paying for a big farm somewhere where, you know, a healthy dog can go live the rest of their life? No, you're paying to get animals euthanized. What?
As Hitler says in Mein Kampf, science is only useful insofar as it strengthens the nation. Fascism is a cult of the leader. It involves the leader setting the rules about what's true and false. So any kind of expertise, reality, all of that is a challenge to the authority of the leader. If science would help him, then he can say, okay, I'll use it. Institutions that teach multiple perspectives on history in all its complexity are always a threat to the fascist leader.
Yeah. So we see book burning on the right and social media exiling on the left. Not two of the same, not two sides of the same coin, of course. But it's fascistic. It's fascistic to say, I don't agree with you. Get away from here. Right? And it's not like me timing someone out or banning. Yeah, it's far more dangerous. Yeah, I agree. But we can't, on the left, we can't claim to have the moral authority to be like, oh, poor book burning, while we're just rah cheering on, you know, the exile of right-wing fingers off the internet. Oh, you're not exiling them off the internet. They're still on the internet. Okay, yeah, technically. Yeah. Yeah, when's the last time you've gone to Bumble? You stopped by Bumble lately? When's the last time you went to D Live? Which is what'll happen to me once I'm fucking off Twitch. Once they ban me off Twitch. Telling you, man, it's a slippery ass slope, and the solution is not to give oligarchs the fucking power to do this. If I get kicked off Twitch, I'd like to know why. And right now, I could get kicked off Twitch forever. There you go. See me on D Live. Nope. Nope. We get like one D Live viewer a month. And what am I talking about, right? What am I talking about? Democracy, liberty, freedom, right? One slip, and I admit that I want to choke Mitch McConnell to death, and there you go. In Minecraft. There you go. He slipped up. Ban him forever. That's the solution. It's not the same as when I ban someone on my channel, and then they get to continue their Twitch journey. They get to make their own channel and speak their own mind. I'm not banning them off a platform. I'm asking them to leave my house. Right? You're not canceling a person when you ask them to leave your house. I don't like you. Go away. And you close the door on them. That's not silencing their speech. But when Mark Zuckerberg or Jack Dorsey says you're never allowed to have another account on one of the world's most popular social media platforms, that absolutely has an effect. Okay? And that absolutely does remove their free speech. Oh, they're private companies. Well, we should do something about that. We should regulate, codify what a social media company is into law. With that said, though, Stjorn is right. Book burning is far more insidious. right? Because they're saying, no, we're not even going to teach these things. We're not even, and you're not, as a child or as an adult, you're not allowed to absorb this information. Yeah, it's a whole lot worse than getting banned off Twitter. I can't disagree with that. At the same time, I don't know how lefties can sit here and say, oh, wow, book burning's so bad, while they're cheering on the silencing of speech from people that they disagree with. It just doesn't sit right with me. I'm sorry. It just doesn't.
The center of democracy is truth. You're not free if you've been lied to. Nobody thinks the people of North Korea are free. The people of North Korea will vote for dear leader every time because they've been lied to. It's not a free vote because they don't have access to the truth. Equality, similarly, requires truth. Because equality in democracy doesn't mean we all have the same amount of money. It doesn't mean we all have the same car. It means political equality.
Okay, just say equity, okay? Just say equity, man.
That each of our voices matters the same. And political equality means speaking truth to power. If someone really powerful is humiliated when they're caught lying, that's the core of political equality. So if you're going to rip the heart out of democracy, you get people used to lies. Here's a fact about humans. We all pretty much suck to the same degree. One group of us is not better than another group of us. Hierarchy is central here because it's the big lie at the center of things. What is racism but one big lie? Racism is the lie that one group is better than another. You're told this religion is better, this race is better, this gender is better. It's really a moral claim, has more moral worth. And then once you have hierarchy set up, you can make people very nervous and frightened about losing their position on that hierarchy.
It's a great point.
Hierarchy goes right into victimhood. Because once you convince...
Oh boy, the right-wing fascists and their victimhood. My God. Right, and the left and the lefties banning them, off social media. This doesn't help with it. But holy shit, they have the audacity to call us snowflakes. Have you ever seen any other group of people get so fucking triggered? We're gonna cancel Maus? Really? The book about mice representing the Holocaust? That's gotta go. How does that make you a victim, right winger? Oh, can't teach, it's not, nudity. It's the nudity. We can't show nudity. Really, it's the nudity, huh? One picture of a shirtless mouse, praising a shower because they thought they were going to get put into a gas chamber. Oh yeah, that's why. Can't show mouse titties. Really? You mean it has nothing to do with the fact that you want to deny the Holocaust because it was a right-wing fucking experiment?
Convince people that they are justifiably higher on the hierarchy. Then you can tell them that they're victims of equality. German Christians are victims of Jews. White Americans are victims of Black American equality. Men are victims of feminism. Once you convince people that they should be better, that they have earned a position on the hierarchy over others, then you can tell them that equality is actually victimhood.
God damn.
To the dominant group means law-abidingness, and the minority group is by its nature not law-abiding. Law and order in fascist politics means the members of the minority group who accept their subservient role, they're law-abiding, and the members of the dominant group, by their very nature, are law-abiding. By definition, the leader can't violate law and order. So law and order doesn't mean justice. Law and order doesn't mean equality.
This just is Trumpism. You know what I mean? It's fascism. That's what Trumpism is. Right? I mean, that's exactly the argument that Trump is making. I can't break the law. I was the president.
Law and order structures who's legitimate and who's not. everywhere around the world, no matter what the situation is, in very different socioeconomic conditions, the fascist leader comes and tells
interesting
you, your women and
what
children
the
are
algorithm
under
thinks
threat.
I want to see.
You need a strong man to protect your families. They make conservatives hysterically afraid of transgender rights or homosexuality, other ways of living. These are not people trying to live their own lives. They're trying to destroy your life, and they're coming after your children. What the fascist politician does is they take conservatives who aren't fascist at all, and they say, look, I know you might not like my ways. You might think I'm a womanizer. You might think I'm violent in my rhetoric. But you need something.
Rogan was just defending Tucker Carlson on his fucking ridiculous Fuddruckers podcast. What do you mean? Tucker's a legitimate news source.
Someone like me now. You need someone like me because homosexuality, it isn't just trying for equality. It's coming after your family. Fascist movements typically, though not invariably, rest on an urban-rural divide. The cities are where there's decadence, where the elites congregate, where there's immigrants, there's criminality, there's Sodom and Gomorrah. In the city, there's not real work. The pure, hardworking, real members of the nation
Real
live
America.
in the rural areas where they work hard with their hands. When our politicians talk about inner city voters or urban voters, we all know what they mean. Arbeit macht frei, work shall make you free. This was written on the gates of Auschwitz. The idea is that the minority group, they're lazy and they need to be made to work. Free labor. The minority group and the leftists, they're lazy by their nature, and it gives them a work ethic.
Antifa.
Labor unions are run
BLM.
by communists who are trying to make things easier. Hard work is a virtue. In liberal democracy, we don't value people by how hard they work.
And let me tell you, your average manager, your average owner of a fast food company, or a fast food franchise, or a grocery store, or millions of other businesses, this is how they think. And, oh, we're just being lazy. No. Your labor is valuable. Okay? You have a bargaining chip there. Okay? They need you. They need you a whole lot more than you need them. Okay? COVID has exposed that. Because it's too long for streaming, I didn't want to derail, but they're making fun of Joe Rogan vibe. Let's fuck it. Who cares? Let's watch it. I don't care. Fucking cares.
So let's say you have to read an incredibly long email.
Oh yeah, no, I actually showed
before
this.
the big meeting.
Sort of flattened out.
Mm-hmm.
How did?
Oh, I didn't show this. This is funny. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I forgot that you can't see. I got a different default browser opening. I showed a clip of something else that, oh my God, I showed a clip of something else that Tim Heidecker was doing, just pointing out how ridiculous it is that Joe Rogan makes these claims, like he's some kind of medical expert, and Tim Heidecker just flipping out like, well, get a medical degree and then give me some recommendations, right? Like, why do I need to take you fucking seriously? But no, this is great. Let's watch a little of this. I'm curious.
Sort of flattened out.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
I'll tell you one thing. I mean, the pornography didn't help. Watching porn didn't help,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
Fucking
Yeah.
porn. Like, you can't go to the mall without getting porn shoved down your throat.
It's crazy, man.
It's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere.
And it's destroying. I mean, think about a young boy. Think about a young boy going to the mall.
Careful.
I mean, just saying that. I mean,
Yeah.
Twitter's probably going crazy right now just after saying
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but think about
No, I'm stealing the joke from Tim Heidecker from that clip that I watched when he says it's the Fuddruckers podcast. Because I mean, he's brilliant. I didn't see that at first, but now after he said that, all I see is the Fuddruckers logo.
it, though. I mean, just think about what that does to a kid's brain. They
Right.
took a scan of a kid's brain. They took a scan.
Crazy.
It's crazy, man. Like, these kids, they're thinking things that we have like, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go roll around in the mud. You know, something like that. That's
Oh,
pretty.
all of us when we were kids. I mean, you don't see any of that stuff today. We had so much, we had to fight for ourselves and fend for ourselves, whether it be on the playground or.
Yes, Mercurius, you're part of the problem. You're now a card-carrying member, soulless card-carrying member of Antifa who fully supports burning down every Fuddruckers and McDonald's across the nation, who doesn't believe in work. Yeah, welcome. You're now a Satanist.
Or on mother's lawn, we would be, our mom would send us out at the beginning of the day and say, come back in one piece. And that was it.
Yeah.
Are you able to say the shit that you said 10 years ago now? Like, let's say on Twitter?
No.
Nope. Next
There you
question.
go.
Nope.
that's we're just gonna do yes no questions. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow.
No,
Wow. Is this really 12 fucking hours? What the fuck?
actually no shit about this, but I don't see it fucking happening.
It's
I don't
not.
see it fucking happening.
It's
It's
easy to
not.
become disillusioned.
There's going to be a world in which crab salts become everyday usage, and it's not for everybody. And I know that it's probably 10, 15, 20 years out until
Holy
it becomes
shit.
that.
Wow.
I just think it's fucking cool. I just think
Oh, okay, it's just on repeat. It's just 1 hour. I'm saying, like, Jesus, after 12 hours, these guys look fresh as a daisy. Like, after 12 hours of doing that bit, I'd be like, yeah, Earth is flat, vaccine bad. No, but it perfectly showcases the fucking problem. All right, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, and look, that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. All right, but here's the problem, is that people are using you as an authority, and they're looking at a doctor and saying, you need to give me monoclonal antibodies just like Rogan. You need to give me ivermectin just like Rogan. And they go, sir, there's a body of science. There's a body of science that says that these things are not as effective as an actual vaccine. That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. From a chump, from a fucking chump. Oh, I didn't hear that. He said he's feeling great now. No, it's great. Tim Heidecker's a fucking genius. We all know it. If these people are in his orbit, I'm sure they're fucking smart too. It's great. Thank you for the clip. Thank you for the link. This has nothing to do with politics. I'm peppering throughout the stream things that, reward people for sticking around. So this is an 18-year-old Karen Carpenter. Oh, pump that shit in my body. I don't want poison. I want the monoclonal antibodies. Those are good for me. But this is just amazing. This is a 30-second clip of a very talented musician. And this song fucking rules, dude. I need to look this up. This song rules. Check this out. God damn. Oh, but Taylor Swift can sing, guys. She's just as talented. I'm not going to get into that debate. It's fine. Yeah, so we're going to watch this actually a little bit later. It's an amazing, harrowing rescue of a woman. We'll get to that one later. Way more than 150,000. No, guys. No, guys. Couple hundred trucks. Watch out, Trudeau. Watch out, Trudeau. He's coming for you. The Canadian Trumpers. Oh, wait. Did I... Oh, what is this? God, I keep clicking on links, and it keeps opening up in my other browser, and I'm thinking you guys can see that. Number of trucks. 37.9 million trucks registered, 3.97 million Class 8 trucks, number of companies, international trucking, employment, 7.65 million people employed throughout the economy in jobs relating to trucking. So even if that 50,000 estimate is 100% accurate, which it isn't. Oh no, guys. They're changing the world, dudes. 3.36 million truck drivers employed in 2020. And that's a decrease. Well, and that would be a good thing, Mercurius, you know? I hate Elon Musk, right? But if we get fucking robot trucks, right? And you know, here's the thing, here's the problem. You know, because and this is what the right wingers are always threatening, which is that, oh, automation, you're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your job. Well, wait. Automation should make our lives easier, so then that these people who no longer have to slave away, you know, in the economy of scale, they should be given an opportunity to go back to school, you know, to learn a new skill, to, you know, to live a fulfilling life, you know. You know, a fulfilling life isn't sitting in a truck for your whole life, right? If we can automate that and give human beings a better life, that's a great thing. But that's not what's happening. Is the automation is coming in, kicking people out of work, and there's no solution. That's including all their trucking related jobs, in that it wouldn't even farm, not even farming tractors. You're still here, which is a. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, Vinmart. Our first dumbass of the day. Appreciate it. Look, man, I agree. I don't think the government has the right to cut you out of normal life. Okay, I'm a super libby lefty. And I think I would like my taxpayer dollars to be paid for you, Vinmart, to be shipped a shitload of tests so you can get a QR code that lets you live your life like everyone else. Okay? Oh, show me your papers. Show me your papers. You mean your immunization record? I had to show my immunization record to go to public school. Was my public school being fascistic and making sure that I wasn't giving fucking colic or polio to my fellow students? Yeah, sure. Whatever. Who cares? No one cares. No one's fucking watching this crap. Only true OGs are watching this shit. And one hate watcher. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm so far I'm not impressed. I think the Cybertruck is one of the ugliest fucking trucks I've ever seen in my life. I've seen a lot of breakdowns of how the Tesla vehicle is poorly made, poorly designed. I've seen lots of indications that these. Oh, and look at the ignorance. Look at the ignorance, dude. The COVID vaccine works. Why would you, you know, and then like you just completely throw your entire argument out the window by being anti-science. Hundreds of millions of people have taken the vaccine. And hundreds of millions of people are not dying because of COVID anymore. The only people that are dying in these statistics are the unvaccinated. It's the unvaccinated that are dying. Do you think that's just a coincidence then, huh? Fake news? They're dying of comorbidities, right? They're dying of other things, and the doctors are saying it's COVID. It's pathetic. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You strut around, oh yeah, if it works, a polio vaccine works. COVID vaccine absolutely works. And there's fucking terabytes, hundreds of terabytes of data to support that. Okay? I could fill my apartment with papers and research on how it works. Not good enough for you. Why? Because Joe Rogan said so? Why? Who's your expert? Who's your expert telling you it doesn't work? Jordan Peterson? It's pathetic. It's sad. It's sad that you would reject science for political purposes, for some political ploy. It's fucking gross. Look, you want to try to make a point about mandates, about how that's anti-liberty. That's not how government should treat free people. CDC. Yeah, no, the CDC out here saying that the COVID vaccine doesn't work, guys. Why? Because you can get infected with Omicron even though you have a vaccine? There's literally not a cure for anything. We haven't cured the common cold. You can get the flu vaccine and still get the flu. I mean, did you just literally wake up in 2020 fully formed? Were you not living in the real world before, 2019, 2020? We haven't cured the common cold. You get a vaccine for the flu. You could still get the flu. Oh, all of a sudden, you dickheads are expecting a fucking straight up cure for COVID? Literally something that does not exist for literally anything else? People were getting the plague 10 years ago. The plague came back. Yeah, hi, Rob. Welcome back. I'm in a great mood. Omicron, the highly contagious. Let me just. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna have to get to this because of this fuckhead, Vinmart. It doesn't cure COVID. Nothing cures it. The polio vaccine didn't cure polio. Holy shit. The polio vaccine worked because it prevented enough people from getting COVID or from polio to where the point where the virus didn't have an opportunity to spread. So by your fucking logic, more people should get the fucking COVID vaccine. The only reason we're still dealing with it, unlike polio, is because of you dumbasses refusing to get the vaccine. Everyone got the polio vaccine. It didn't have a chance to spread. It wasn't cured. That's why do you think they don't give you the COVID vaccine when they're hooking you up to the fucking ventilator, dumbass? Because it's not a cure. Because it's already too late. Because a vaccine prevents a virus from spreading through your fucking body. Holy shit. Why don't you just wear a shirt that says, I'm a complete fucking dumbass? Well, let me tell you why. I have no understanding of science. Let me explain why. What a fucking dumbass. Oh, yeah, it's not a cure, guys. It's not a cure, dudes. No shit. Medical science hasn't cured a single fucking thing. We're not there yet. What a fucking moron. And then you have the audacity to bring up polio, which is the perfect example of how vaccinations work. The perfect example of what a proper vaccination program can do for society. What a fucking moron, dude. Holy shit. Do you think you poop out your mouth? I mean, what the fuck, man? Pull your head out of your ass. Omicron, the highly contagious coronavirus variant, sweeping across the country, is driving daily American death toll higher than during the last fall's Delta wave, with deaths likely to keep rising for days or even weeks. The 7-day rolling average for daily new COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. has been climbing since mid-November, reaching 2,267 on Thursday. Oh, yeah, those people, all fat people with heart attacks. Oh, they were all old. They deserve to die. What's your fucking excuse for that, dumbass? On Thursday and surpassing a September peak of 2,100 when Delta was the dominant variant. Oh, yeah, they're all going to die anyway. It's only the 1%. It's only 1%. Now, Omicron is estimated to account for nearly all of the virus circulating in the nation, and even though it causes less severe disease for most people, the fact that it is more transmissible means more people are falling ill and dying. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, I don't care. I should go to the movie theater without wearing a mask. Whoa, blah, 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 blah. Omicron will push us over 1 million deaths. Oh, that doesn't matter. And Andrew Neumer, a public health professor at the University of California, Irvine, quote, that will cause a lot of soul searching. There will be a lot of discussion about what we could have done differently, how many of the deaths were preventable. Not if the fascists win. You know? I mean, look, they're burning books. You don't think they're going to, you know, the moment a Republican gets in, a Ron DeSantis gets into office, COVID studies done. COVID test done. We're not going to test. We're not going to know. Soul searching. My dick. My entire fucking cock. Soul searching. Yeah, right. That will be the last fucking thing these idiots do. The average daily death toll is now the same level as last February when the country was slowly coming off its all-time high of 3,300 a day. Oh, yeah, well, it's not a cure. It's not a cure, so fuck it. Shouldn't do it. Yeah, it's not a cure, guys. Most Americans are taking precautionary measures against the virus. Yeah, a majority are. But there's a nice, big, fat, vocal minority that isn't. And how many of those are tuning into Rogan? A big chunk of them. And let's not discount Fox News and Tucker Carlson and all the fucking rest of the right-wing idiots who are making big fat money. 2 cops got defunded the old school way in New York. Oh, you mean they were killed? Am I supposed to be happy about that? I don't think it's cool when people get killed. Even the incredibly corrupt and disgusting police, police organizations across the nation. I don't think that's a fucking solution. And if you're out here talking about it's good that cops got killed, you can suck my dick. Most Americans are taking precautionary measures against the virus. Yeah, okay. Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit. Go cheer on death somewhere else, not on my stream. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not playing a game with you, bitch. Out here cheering the death of people like that's a fucking solution. The solution is reform. From the top down, from the bottom up. Not murdering police. Get that ignorant bullshit out of my fucking stream. I won't have it. People thinking they're real cool talking about killing other people. Fuck you, bitch. Most Americans are taking precautionary measures against the virus than before the Omicron surge, according to the AP NORC poll this week. But many people, fatigued by crisis, are returning to some level of normality with hopes that vaccinations or prior infections will protect them. Spoiler alert, prior infection doesn't protect you. Okay? And yeah, if we had more people vaccinated, yeah, this would be a big help. But it's still possible for the virus to spread because that's how fucking viruses work. Okay? Nothing has changed literally since the dawn of man with viruses. Okay? And a vaccination is not a cure. No one ever said it was. Get this trash off my chat log. The fuck out of here. The fuck is this trash doing walking around my screen? Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Talking about how good it is cops get killed. Fuck off. Omicron symptoms are often milder, and some infected people show none, researchers argue. It's fucking easier for them to infiltrate and brainwash Canadians. We're dealing with this shit currently. It's so fucking wild. I'm shocked this trucker shit got any traction. It's an extremely vocal minority. All the stats that I've looked at, we got some great stats here about the total amount of, truckers that are out there. 3.36 million truck drivers employed in 2020. And how long's that convoy? Let's be generous. Let's give them 300. Fuck it. Let's give them 1,000. They're saying 50,000. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It's completely inaccurate. Okay. It's about 200 fuckheads. But let's go ahead and let's give them 1,000. Let's give them 1,000. Still not even fucking close. I'm as anti-police state as anyone, but cops actually got murdered. Completely unjustified. It was self-defense argument can be made, but no turns of murder. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't agree. The solution to our incredible cop problem, by the way, I do have a cop suck link somewhere around here. By the way, if you want to get a free, you want to download the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and the Canadian Bill of Rights, you can do it right here. I've ordered these posters so I can understand this better. I'm going to hang these up so I can fucking read them and understand them better since I'm trying to live here. No, I have a cop suck. Where the fuck is it? Yeah. Here's my cop suck article for today. An expert on police use of force is calling this incident one of the most abusive and unnecessary he's ever seen. Of course it's going to get like this. There's a little over 100, 600 vehicles, but 100 trucks. Granted, there is more today, but loads of the U.S. showed up. Fun. Yeah, and these fucking people are talking about amendments. You know, like Canada has a U.S. style constitution. It's embarrassing. Okay, here's an article right here. You know, anti-vaxxer truck convoy signals insidious spread of Trumpism in Canada. You know, actual Canadians running around with a Confederate flag. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You know, why not just wear a fucking hat that says I have absolutely no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, they can think that. Let them think. I mean, it's free speech, man. All right, let them think it. Let them say it. Let them get it out of their system, okay? And if a private trunk company says, look, you need to get back to work, buddy, or you're fired, that's their prerogative, okay? At the same time, I don't really agree with employers firing you over political protests. So that's a tough one for me. But right now, the system as it stands, you know, a private employer can fire you for politics. It's embarrassing. Top comment here by a self-professed centrist. Ugh. Canada has so far been immune from the extreme divisiveness in the United States. I think that's in part to a decent media environment. I guess. CBC isn't perfect, but whatever. Which provides relatively accurate reporting on issues and political parties. The truck convoy there, yeah. Why don't you cover the NDP a little bit better? CDC or CBC. The truck convoy there, therefore, I think, isn't that insidious? We've had right-wing convoys head to Ottawa before, and none of our politicians have really cared or only showed lukewarm support. If they can manage a decent turnout, that might actually work against them, since they'll clog up the streets and annoy everyone. What I am worried about, however, is that, and this started before the pandemic, is true, is the federal conservatives dog whistling towards extremists. Yes, and we're seeing this. We're seeing this. They did this a few years back with Alberta separatists, helping rekindle that movement before the pandemic, and now they're dog whistling towards anti-vaxxers and opposing vaccine mandates for truckers. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing political opportunism here. Even though most truckers are vaccinated and getting the vaccine is incredibly easy. The reliable nudges and winks of support from the federal conservatives could represent a danger in the future if these groups continue to grow and gain more influence. I mean, that is exactly what happened here in the United States. It started off with dog whistling, you know, then we got the Tea Party, right? And the Tea Party, they weren't extreme enough. Now we got Trumpism. Okay? Now we just have overt calls to ban books and ban educating people about the history of slavery in the country. How many of them actually were Canadians, not right-wingers? I mean, yeah, I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question. Thing is, our media environment isn't that great, and they've been ignoring some really troubling aspects of this convoy. I think that's fair to say. Yeah. Comment on the Canada so far has been immune from the extreme divisiveness, and I think it's part of the decent media environment. Given that, it is surprising that we keep hearing calls to defund the CBC. We need to hold all of our media to high standards. CBC, Post Media, everybody. Fully agree. Fully agree. Just to finish this up, Omicron symptoms are often milder, and some infected people show none, researchers agree. But like the flu, it can be deadly, especially for people who are older, have other health problems, or are unfucking vaccinated. G. Importantly, milder does not mean mild. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said this week during a White House briefing. Until recently, Chuck Coletta, was a healthy middle-aged man who ran a power washing business in Milford, Delaware. As the Omicron wave was ravaging the Northeast, he felt the first symptoms before Christmas and tested positive on Christmas Day. Boy, Merry fucking Christmas. He died less than a week later on December 31st, 9 days short of his 51st birthday. Oh, yeah, well, he doesn't count. He's old. He's old. Comorbidities. He doesn't matter. Oh, they just slap COVID on his death certificate. They just say everyone has COVID. Perfectly healthy. No other health issues. Wasn't a fat ass. Was a power washer. Okay, at 50, at age 50. Oh, yeah, he's an old guy. He deserves to die. Really? Do you really? The right wing fucking death cult out here saying people don't deserve to live? What, because they got too old? What was that fucking movie we watched where it was like that? It's a fucking movie where, you know, like everyone is assigned. It's a weird dystopia where it's like a pseudo utopia. Everyone's assigned a fucking job. They're genetically designed to do that job, and then they die at the age of like 30. They're executed at the age of 30. What the fuck is it called? Brave New World. Jesus Christ, dude. Brave New World. That's what the Republicans want. Oh, yeah, you're old. You deserve to die of a disease. You don't count. Me, I'm a healthy 30-year-old fat ass. I sit on the couch and jerk off to hentai all day. He was unvaccinated, said his brother Todd, because he had questions about the long-term effects of the vaccine. Thanks, Rogan. Thanks, Carlson. Thanks, Tucker. Thanks, Newsmax. Thanks, Jordan Peterson. Thanks, every right-winger that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, that wasn't referencing science, repeating lies and misinformation. You just got another son of a bitch killed. Oh, it doesn't count. Blah, 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 blah. My liberty, my freedom. Okay. Yeah, well, it's not a cure like the polio vaccine. Polio vaccine wasn't a cure. And I just love how they keep the, you know, oh, polio vaccine worked. Yeah, because everyone took it. Everyone took it, and the virus didn't have a chance to fucking mutate in someone who didn't have it. I hate this. I hate everything. I hate everything about everything right now. Progressivism, out the fucking window. I'm talking about survival at this point. He just wasn't sure it was the right thing to do yet. Yet Todd Coletta, who got his shots during the summer. There you go. You know, you want to read the rest of this article, you're welcome to. They know what they're talking about when they're lying on purpose to gain power and activate the anti-vax base. Yeah, no, the charlatans like Ron DeSantis, who's fully vaccinated, who's fully fucking vaccinated. He knows what he's doing. I'm really worried. If we get a Ron DeSantis in office, that's it, dude. Welcome to your new fascist America. Okay? He has a fucking plan. He's got an agenda. He's got a full-on agenda. Knows exactly what he wants to do to this fucking beautiful democratic experiment. They don't actually care if their base lives or dies. They just need the clout for money. No, they don't care. And what they are doing is securing their victory in the future by, you know, passing anti-democratic laws that allow them to basically just subvert democracy. Not just gerrymandering. Not even close. No, I'm talking about literally saying, I don't like the results of that. Nullify it. That's what's happening in Georgia right now. Ron DeSantis is trying to pass the same thing in Florida. I think it already passed in Texas. Right-wingers are going to be able to say, I don't like the results of this. Nullified. There you go. Millions of people in Austin and other liberal areas of Texas. You don't fucking count. If your vote was even counted in the first place. I saw an article yesterday, 95-year-old person who's literally voted every single fucking opportunity of their life. Their mail-in vote keeps getting rejected. It's like the second or third time, right? Over ridiculous technicalities. Oh, that doesn't count. No, doesn't count. They know what the fuck they're doing. But here's the thing that's troubling. is that they think they can control this. You know, Mitch McConnell's, the Ron DeSantez's. They think they can. They'll lie to get in power. They'll create this monster, this fascist monster, that they think they'll have some fucking control over, like Frankenstein's monster. Like they'll have some kind of control over this. It's gonna get completely out of control. It's gonna get completely out of control. And if we're lucky, we'll avoid World War III. Desperate fascists don't give up power. Let's create a distraction. Let's start a war, baby. Let's fuck up North Korea. Let's see what happens. Get everyone on my side. So here we go. Here we go. Perfect exploit. Here we go. Is this you? What's your nuts? Fucking Vin Mart? Is this you, buddy? This sounds like you right here. Watch this.
Who are considering having an abortion. What message would you have to women who are considering having an abortion?
When a woman becomes pregnant, there's two bodies there. It's not one, and it's not my body, my choice. It's care for the child. There's adoption. There's other routes to go.
And what do you say to people out there that say that they don't want to get the COVID vaccine?
If the my body, my choice works for abortion, why doesn't the same work for the vaccine? If it's my body, it should be my choice of whether or not I want to vaccinate.
You just said that that's not a legitimate argument. Do you understand how fucking stupid this man is? So, you know, how come you're justified in telling a woman that it's not her body, her choice? Well, it's not her body, her choice. There's two people there. Okay, so why can't you get the vaccine? Well, if it's my body, my choice, how come it's not my body, my choice for me? You want to take that right away from them. So which one is it, jackass? Which one is it? Do you have body autonomy or not? Well, only on things that I like. Things that I don't like? No. How incredibly fucking ignorant. And I'm going to need a link for that Ravaging Host 5. I think that's what your name says. Can you give me a link? They're dancing on the grave of the unknown soldier. Parking on the steps and apparently dancing on? No. Come on. We got to have a link for that one, homie. That's right up there with these guys being like, oh yeah, Antifa bad. They attacked the cops, you know, while they're swinging the American flag and hitting cops in January 6th. Just have the news on mute in the background. Well, I'll take your word for it, I guess, but claims like that, I need links before I repeat them. One more time, just to cram this fucking. I switch back and forth. Yeah, I do that myself, and that's why I'm a miserable piece of shit. Because I can't fucking stop watching this news. I can't fucking stop watching this car crash that is just I'm eternally driving by. This fucking clown show that is never out of my rear view mirror. It's always there. One more time, just to cram in the stupidity. Listen to this guy.
What message would you have to women who are considering having an abortion?
When a woman becomes pregnant, there's two bodies there. It's not one, and it's not my body, my choice. It's care for the child. There's adoption. There's other routes to go.
Yeah, so there's other routes. It's not my body, my choice. You don't deserve body autonomy. You have to proceed with your rapist's or your father's baby. You have to have that child. And the rapist, these guys think the rapist as a father deserves rights on the baby too. Okay, all right. Well, that's what you believe in, man. And you don't believe in body autonomy. Okay, you believe that the government has a right to tell you need to do certain things with your body, right?
Go.
I know. What do you say to people out there that say that they don't want to get the COVID vaccine?
If the my body, my choice works for abortion, why doesn't the same work for the vaccine? If it's my body, it should be my choice of whether or not I want to vaccinate.
I just want off this ride, please. I'm so done with this carnival, this carnival of horrors, this circus of mediocrity. I'm so done with this. Speaking of people that, you know, want to force, yeah, this is entertaining. This will be a little later in the stream. See here, where is it? You'll love this. This is great. So the people that are like pro-abortion, right, are always saying choose adoption. Choose adoption. It's so easy. Why don't you just adopt? Just adopt. Put it up for adoption.
Adoption. Yeah. And how many children have you adopted?
Not able to adopt. I'd love to adopt. We weren't able to adopt.
Yeah.
And how many children have you adopted?
None.
I have 2 of my own.
Message.
Yeah.
And how many children have you adopted?
None.
And how many children have you adopted?
I have 2 of my own.
Yeah. But so you've adopted?
I have 2 of my own.
But you haven't adopted. No. Okay. The message. Okay.
Wow. It's almost like conservatives don't live their values and just want to tell people how to live their life. It's almost like conservatives, lacking any kind of real a political agenda, real, actual politics. They just stick to wedge issues and cultural issues and pretend like that's a political theory. These people don't live their values. They say they love the cops, and then they beat the cop with an American or Trump flag at January 6th. They say you don't deserve body autonomy, you need to adopt. But when it comes to viruses, I deserve full body autonomy. They're hypocrites. And look, it's all about that John Paul Sartre. Okay, about fascism. All right? It's all about that quote about fucking fascism. Am I right? I can't spell if I... God damn it. I can't spell fascism. Yes. It's all about this motherfucking quote. The man nailed it. Okay? The man nailed it. Here it is. Never believe that anti-Semites or fascists are completely unaware of the absurdity of their replies. They know their remarks are frivolous, open to challenge, but they are amusing themselves, thank you. For it is their adversary who is obliged to use words responsibly, since he believes in words. We do, right? Lefties, we believe in the truth. We believe in objective reality. The anti-Semite or fascist have the right to play. They even like to play with discourse, for by giving ridiculous reasons, they discredit the seriousness of their interlocutors. They delight in acting in bad faith, since they seek not to persuade by sound argument, but to intimidate and disconcert. If you press them too closely, they will abruptly fall silent, loftily indicating by some phrase that the time for argument is past. That's it. They don't have to back their shit up. They're having fun with it. They gleefully play in being bad actors when they're making arguments. And this goes back to what I'm talking about with these ridiculous fucking Brady Bunch panels. All these lefties seeking clout, the Hippy Dippy podcast and all the fucking rest of them. Seeking clout, jibber jabbering, lip jacking, lip flapping about what the fucking right wing is up to. Right? Having more discourse over what? Over what? What the right wing are saying? The only thing that should be discussed on those Brady Bunch panels is where the fucking march is and when are we going. right? They all claim to be progressive. They all claim to be left. Well, some of them don't claim to be progressive. Some of them are anti-democratic, hyper-communists. Then get the fuck out of the way. Okay? You don't believe in this system at all. Hippy dippy podcast. What a waste of fucking time. Gobble these nuts. I can't believe people fucking say it's all entertainment. It's pure entertainment. What do we got here? I like you so far. We'll go ahead and post this, see what this is. This better not be a beheading. Wow. I mean, I don't see them dancing. This just looks like a parking situation. They're not, you know, it's not like they... It's entertainment. I'm guilty of liking prime debates, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's entertainment. None of these fucking people, none of these people who gain clout, the Voshes, the Hassans, the Destinies, they got all this clout, they got all this money, they got all this time, and not a single one of them talks about we need to get out there and protest. Here's the protest date. You can see me there. I'm gonna say a speech at the end of it. None of them. They just collect their donations. They play some Grand Theft Auto. They do a debate with an idiot, with a fucking idiot, and then they call it a day. Oh, I'm changing right wingers' minds with discourse. Dancing, I read on the news ticker, but you're right. It's just parking. Apparently deface the Terry Fox statue, though. That's disgusting. I just, you know, we're a big fan of nuance here on this stream. We're a big fan of, you know, when we say something, it's accurate. So I appreciate you giving me this picture here. This would be another thing if those cars were parked on top of the grave, which I believe is right there. But this just looks like, I mean, they're assholes, right? Because they instead of finding a proper place to park, they park on the fucking steps. So they're absolute assholes. Let's not get that twisted. But I'm not sure if this was a direct attempt to disrespect the unknown soldier. But yeah, defacing, you know, it was defacing. You're talking about the they put the Canadian flag like a cape, and he had some kind of anti-vax slogan. I think I saw that picture. No, you did say steps. No. I'm not calling you out, man. I'm just saying, you know, like I said, this is our dilemma on the left right here. Jean-Paul Sartre right here. We have to be accurate with the things that we say. They don't have to be. There's 50,000 protesters. Oh, we're going to take over the government. Trudeau's doomed and blah, 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 blah. None of that shit's real. That doesn't matter. That doesn't fucking matter. What the picture should convey is better public transport and less cars on the road, if anything. Yeah, I guess. It's not like damage true. Yeah, they're assholes. I can say that with confidence. Because all you need to, you know, just park somewhere else and walk over to the monument. Don't park on the steps, you fucking asshole. But yeah, we have to be accurate in what we say. We have to use words responsibly. They don't. They fucking don't. And that's a massive problem. R.I.P. to a true OG. Jean-Paul Sartre, baby. And it is Sartre. I heard someone on YouTube say it. Because I want to say like Sarté or something. Look at this googly-eyed motherfucking dude. I love this guy. I love this guy. He's great. No, okay, let's go ahead and let's fucking, yeah, no. Let's watch, because I'm so sick of the cult of Elon. Okay? Fuck Elon Musk. For real. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you and your fucking nepotism. You out here, I mean, I showed a clip a couple streams ago of Elon Musk out here saying, "Oh, you shouldn't tax the wealth creators." I paid billions in taxes. Cry for me, Evita. Yeah, how much did you put in the bank, dude? You don't get to cry about paying $1 billion in taxes if you made $199 billion. Oh, I made $199 billion. Oh no, I had to pay $1 billion in taxes. Oh, woe is me. Isn't that so much money? That's so much money. Yeah, because you make so much fucking money. I'm sick of the cult of Elon. I'm sick of this idea that their fucking cars are great. I've seen enough mechanical engineers and other experts say these fucking things are junk. The Cybertruck is the most ugly fucking truck I've literally ever seen in my life. Ever. It is an ugly, ugly fucking truck. If it doesn't perform the way that he says it performs, I think it's going to go down as a fucking, DeLorean. Right? There's only one wealth creator. It's the Federal Reserve, but he's too dumb to understand, probably. I don't know about that. I don't know. I have a clip about economics here, and the reason why I have the clip is that I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about. I don't get it. This is really entertaining. We're gonna get to this one in a second. This is so fucking entertaining. I can't help myself. We got to watch it right now. Okay, well, just soak in the stupidity.
Just to your screen, unfortunately.
What are you glued to, Cameron?
Just to your screen, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. What do you do for a living,
Well,
Cameron?
I'm a carpenter.
A carpenter, right. So how safe is that for the climate?
Well, I work with timber, which is a much more sustainable material rather than concrete. I also
But you work with
retrofit-
trees that have been cut down then, don't you?
It's a sustainable building practice.
How is it sustainable if you're killing trees?
Because it's regenerative, you can grow trees.
Right. Well, you can grow all sorts of things, can't you?
Well, you can't grow concrete.
You can. See you, Cameron. Cheerio. That was Cameron. He grows trees and then cuts them down and then makes things from them. Brilliant. Marvellous. I don't think I ever want to talk to any of those people.
This is right-wing discourse. This is modern right-wing. This is from the UK. Oh, literally something we've been doing since the fucking caveman era, cutting down trees, building homes with them. Oh, wow, look at this Libby claiming to be a Mr. Green. This is it. Once again, Jean-Paul Sartre, man. They don't need to operate in the realm of reality. They get to play fast and loose with all the words and all the shit that they say. It's the lefties, it's the liberals, the progressives that have to live in reality. Yeah, I use timber. We grow more trees. Cut them down. Well, you can grow concrete. No, you can't. No, you fucking can't. And look, if you're not sure what's the problem with concrete, look it up. There's a lot of scientific evidence. Oh, I know, science, fucking fake news. Who fucking cares, right? But no, there's a lot of legitimate science that shows that building buildings with trees and lumber is far more green than concrete. So what are you saying here, Rev? I like to see advances in tech, but it doesn't need to be Elon. It will happen. Others can easily fill that role. I agree. Yeah, same here. I think it's great. I think automation is great as long as we're providing a job for other people. I really like the idea of a robot takes your job. I really like the idea of, this is a capitalist idea, but I like this idea, which is, you being able to, own that robot and you're like leasing it to a company, right? So you got to pay for the maintenance, you got to pay for its upkeep, but you can earn money off that. Right? I mean, it's fraught with all different kinds of problems, right? Because what would happen is some capitalist would come in, buy up all the fucking robots, and make it incredibly overpriced for the average person to have a robot to make any money off of. But it's kind of a neat idea, right? Where you get to you're covering your robot, he's working for you, you're living your life. It's a nice idea, right? It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work without incredible regulation. Acknowledging the faults of capitalism, which we'll never see. But the real solution, honestly, is to allow technology to continue to grow while, we are making it easier for people to live, training them where they need training, Yeah, for sure. We already have tech that's already better than this. Trains will outdo it. And so, yeah. Because show me an expensive wooden skyrise. I mean, wood is actually coming back in vogue in the construction community because of all of its, new science behind, hardening wood has seen that it can be quite effective in building, all kinds of tall buildings. It's far more flexible. But I mean, this is the nonsense we got to deal with. Concrete doesn't grow on trees.
You glued to, Cameron?
Just your screen, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. What do you do for a living,
Well,
Cameron?
I'm a carpenter.
A carpenter, right. So how safe is that for the climate?
Well, I work with timber, which is a much more sustainable material rather than concrete. I also
But you work with
retrofit-
trees that have been cut down then, don't you?
It's a sustainable building practice.
Oh, well, how?
Is it sustainable if you're killing trees?
They're killing trees. Don't you
Because
hug
it's
them?
regenerative, you can grow trees.
Right. Well, you can grow all sorts of things, can't you?
Well, you can't grow concrete.
You can.
Yeah, you can. He just fucking smirks.
See you, Cameron.
And then he leaves. Exactly how John Paul Sartre describes it. And then they grow silent. Did he literally said that? He literally said that in the quote. In the fucking quote. He literally said that. If you press them too closely, they will abruptly fall silent. That's it, man. Anyway, let's watch this piece of shit, a billionaire, blood diamond billionaire, nepotism case, pretending to be a genius, naming his child something a fucking random password generator would provide. Yeah, no, he's the wave of the future, guys. He's our Tony Stark. Do we even need tall sky rises? Yes, we do. Plenty of major cities over where their tallest buildings are 3 floors high, and they're pretty cities too. I agree. But at the same time, I think, if you want a metropolis that's incredibly dense, you want a bustling, massive city, you gotta build up. You gotta build up. And I love those big cities that are incredibly dense. I think New York is great. I would love San Francisco if it wasn't for the incredible neoliberal failures there. And let's not pretend that New York is any better when it comes to their homeless problem. But no, it's fine. Look, if the people of the city decide that they want to build a certain height because they want, like Venice, Italy or something like that. They don't want a bunch of sky rises everywhere. Well, that's their prerogative. But if the people of the city want to vote to have incredibly dense sky rises, I think there's room for that as well. Let's watch this fucking blood diamond nepotist tell us that he's going to fucking change the world of logistics.
Electric semi-truck set to revolutionize trucking as a whole. As of the making of this video, it's not out yet, but it's coming soon in 2020. Oh, and they want to use lithium-ion batteries. Oh no! Alright, my swindle sense is tingling, so let's take a look at the Tesla electric semi. How does it measure up? Can it truly revolutionize long-distance trucking and make it environmentally friendly? Let's find out.
All right, welcome to the Tesla semi.
I built this. This is my work. I did all this. I did this. You guys impressed with me? Cool, huh?
Event. I hope you like what you see.
Generally speaking, electric vehicles are fine. They are better than internal combustion engines, but by themselves they will not be a solution to anything, as in traffic or climate change. Now, the two main things hindering electric cars from real mass adoption are range and price. Even today, in 2021, electric cars are
logistics of
kind
scale.
of a niche, meaning that only rich and or environmentally conscious people will get electric cars. And this is because of the two aforementioned hindrances. I.e., if you want an environmentally friendly electric car that comes even near the performance of petrol cars, get ready to be paying out the ass for it. But trucking itself doesn't really have these problems, does it? Trucks are big, powerful machines able to carry a lot of battery weight, so range should not be a problem. And pricing should not be a problem either, because logistics companies have significantly more capital, or they can leverage more loans if they want to than a private person. Oh man, so far this sounds pretty promising. Did Elon Musk actually do it? Did he finally create something that isn't just a worse version of what we already have? Did he? Alright, let's take a look. So here we are on Tesla's website where they list the most important specifications of the semi-truck. We have acceleration with a full permissible load to 60 miles per hour at 20 seconds. We have 60 miles per hour up a 5% grade. We have a 300 to 500 mile range. We have a 4 independent motors on real axles as a powertrain, energy consumption, fuel savings, base price, blah blah blah. The most important thing seems to be missing. Weird. You know, whenever a company puts out a new electric car, the first question of literally everyone is, okay, how far will this thing go with one battery charge? But logistics companies are after a very different number, one we call load capacity. And as I've mentioned, strangely enough, it is missing from the Tesla website. But Elon, why wouldn't you publish the load capacity? That is your money shot, that is the most important thing in logistics, that's the one thing companies care about. Okay, you know what? I'm going to help out Elon Musk and calculate the load capacity for him. And afterwards, he'll be free to use the numbers in my video and put it on his website. So first, let's do the calculation.
Yeah. Or he might private message you over Twitter and ask you politely, I'll give you $5,000 to stop spreading this information. There was I'm referencing, there was a person on Twitter who was tracking all of Elon Musk's private flights, and the fucking cheapskate hits him up and says, I'll give you $5,000 to stop this. Right? And it's just the Streisand effect. There's probably 5,000 Twitter accounts now tracking his fucking, his private flights everywhere. I do agree that it's like cringy to be posting people's private information like that, though. Even if they are blood diamond nepotism babies. I know, it sucks. It sucks having principles and trying to be morally... in line with your principles. It fucking blows, dude. I wish I could just be like, oh, fuck everything, and I fucking hate everything, and, and the bad things are bad, and good things are good, and if I like it, it's good, and if I don't like it, it's bad.
For your average combustion engine
so
semi-truck.
easy.
So trucks have a weight limit which they cannot exceed. This is 80,000 pounds in the US or 36 tons. The weight of the cargo plus the vehicle cannot exceed this number. And so your average semi-truck weighs 35,000 pounds or 16 tons. This is of course engine plus trailer. And so the fuel tanks of trucks can hold around 300 gallons or 1135 liters. 1 liter of fuel weighs 0.77 kilograms, and so a full tank will weigh 874 kilograms.
Damn.
So let's round it up to 1 ton for the sake of simplicity, meaning 16 tons of truck plus 1 ton of fuel. So with that, we use up 17 tons of our allowance of 36 tons, meaning we'll be able to transport 19 tons of useful cargo. Alright, so let's see how the Tesla Semi measures up to this. And this will be determined by our concept of the day, 1 to 20. Meaning, to get the same result as with using 1 kilogram of fossil fuel, you need 20 kilograms of battery. This should also factor in the efficiency difference between electric and combustion engines, but this is of course an approximation. So if you want the same results as a conventional truck with 874 kilos of fuel, your battery will weigh 17 tons. So a 16-ton truck and a 17-ton battery is 33 tons, meaning that you'll have a load capacity of 3 tons. That's 1/6 that of a regular truck. And that's why the number is missing from Tesla's website. But don't worry, Elon Musk has already hinted at a battery capacity jump in the future. He suggested that Tesla may be able to produce...
So he's making trucks that can carry less and go less of a distance. And this is supposed to be the future? This seems like a massive downgrade.
Use better batteries, which could even enable electric planes. Okay, alright. What's that? Elon Musk promises a 50% increase in energy density. Alright, let's take a look. So if 1 kilogram of fossil fuel stores, say, 20 units of energy, then 1 kilogram of battery currently holds 1 unit or 1/20th. Elon Musk wants to increase this by 50% to 1.5 units, meaning that you would go up to around 13 kilograms of batteries storing as much as 1 kilogram of fuel. This would of course be an improvement over the 20 units. Meaning that Elon Musk's theoretical future could be maybe perhaps hyper battery would still weigh about 11 tons. This leaves us with a load capacity of 9 tons, which is less than half of a regular truck. Maybe. If they can put together the battery and if it will be as advertised.
Totally
At that
theoretical.
point, and only at that point will you be able to carry 50% less cargo than a regular truck.
Wow.
And if you come up with a battery that has a similar energy density to regular
Wow,
fuel,
dog.
then fine, I guess. But then you're going to have other problems, such as what if the battery catches fire? You know how Teslas sometimes spontaneously combust? Imagine this thing doing it. Or better yet, imagine a tunnel accident. Dying in a chemical inferno would be the ultimate Elon Musk epic bacon 420 way to go out. For some people anyway. So anyway, the Tesla semi-truck, complete failure. And it closely follows the usual Elon Musk pattern. You know, it's like a subway but shittier, it's like a bus but shittier.
So, yeah, if you guys never seen what it looks like when these lithium-ion batteries catch fire, it's crazy. Firefighters will spray them down for hours, only to have them immediately ignite again. He knows that electric isn't the transportation solution, maybe for people with light, smart cars. Look, I want to see these innovations. I want to see, and I want to see all gas-powered vehicles replaced with battery power. I want to see, automation in trucking. Yeah, and more utilization of trains. But we can't allow ourselves to be, and like, look at Tesla's stock price just flying through the roof. It doesn't make any fucking sense, right? It's just like they're currently they are providing theoretical solutions, and even in theory, they are still a downgrade compared to what we have. Okay, and yeah, no, we're putting less carbon in the air theoretically if we were to replace everything, but we're still dependent on lithium, right? Elon Musk talking about how he wants to go to fucking war. For lithium.
This is an image of the Terrytown Shell Station at 1:21 Thursday morning. An instant later, this is the moment when a Tesla sedan slammed into a set of gas tanks. Under the car, flames from exploding lithium batteries created an orange glow. The driver, who was not immediately identified, survived.
Amazing.
But was charged with DWI.
Hey, and look, and that's, that credit to Tesla for making a car that fucking does this, and the driver survived. Okay, credit where credit's due.
Slammed into a set of gas tanks, ignite in what's called a thermal runaway.
So this is what I wanted to show you. See that shower of sparks coming out of there?
Sparks erupt
Watch
as more
this.
batteries ignite in what's called a thermal runaway.
Thermal runaway, yeah. So they burn for hours and hours and hours.
It was a situation Austin firefighters were prepared for, according to Division Chief Eddie Martinez.
We've known about these for quite a while. It's just in the city of Austin, as far as I know, this is our first one, specifically with the Tesla.
This picture shows fire crews in tactical positions for what was a long fight.
Hours.
The fire burned all the way to the car's frame. But lithium batteries can play possum and reignite.
Yeah.
A warning Martinez says was given to the tow truck driver.
And it did. So 5 hours later, the car caught on fire again.
What?
He took our warning and he put it away from vegetation. He put it away from other vehicles, so it didn't catch anything else on fire.
So they put the fucking fire out. The tow truck driver takes it to the junkyard. 5 hours later, the fucker reignites.
The fire that happened here is expected to be discussed during a training session that Austin firefighters will have next week. That class will be taught.
And I'm not trying to shit on technology or innovation. I'm just saying, these charlatans, these nepotism babies, come in and say it's better in every conceivable way. No, it is not. Okay, can we live in reality, please?
The fire chief from the Woodlands, who's become somewhat of an expert on Tesla fires.
These car fires can be managed. We're going to see a lot more of them in the future.
Chief Palmer Buck told me this fatal crash in April is an example of how difficult the job can be. It took more than 28,000 gallons of water to keep the charred battery pack cool. That allowed investigators to work without having another thermal runaway.
Just doing all the research, it still comes back to the basics of water, but a lot of water. There's not any, at this point, any easily obtainable extinguishing agent on the market to deal with these fires. And it all goes back to the way the car is engineered, with the battery pack being the bottom of the car and encased in a titanium shell. So you really can't gain access to it You just have to sit back and pour water on it.
And just
In
cool it.
Tarrytown, Rudy Koski, Fox 7 Austin News.
Goddamn. Here's to one. Okay, yeah, here's to it. It's really weird. They are like NASA, than any company that is providing much for anyone. Oh, come on. Oh, wait, see, then any company. I like advances too, but I guess it's better if he's spending it and not the taxpayers. But I don't know. Go waste your money, I guess. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. The thing about theoretically about institutions like NASA is that when they come up with a brilliant innovation, that it should be provided to the American public who paid for it. That, of course, doesn't happen. We see that happen with pharmaceutical industry, right? We spend all this money on all this research trying to come up with these revolutionary drugs, and it's immediate. And once a discovery is made, it's fucking buttoned up and copywritten and owned and becomes proprietary information. So we pay for the research. Then the rich oligarchs get to pay for they get the benefits of it. I have news for you. The taxpayer are paying to Elon. Yeah, no, and Elon, absolutely. They're getting a shitload. Yeah, Tesla's getting a ton of subsidies. He signed right up for all of those COVID fucking subsidies. Oh, don't be calling anybody. Look, don't be calling Ravaging Host an Omega simp. What? He's just trying to point out realities here, okay? I haven't seen anything that would make me think that this guy's an Omega simp. Just chill out, Lost on Earth. Come on. All right, do I have anything else to fucking talk about? No, who fucking cares? I mean, no, hold on. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I guess I could show this whole 5-minute thing, but I don't understand a fucking word they're talking about. You know? Does any of this mean I'm going to buy a cheaper house? No. But we're seeing a major technical break on everything in the market, according to the experts. It's amazing. We're seeing bubbles bursting, but it's not running completely out of control, which is kind of a new phenomenon. Are these bubbles deflating or are they popping? And right now they appear to be deflating, but what the fuck do I know? Sorry, I'm Canadian. I'm not pro Elon. I like advances and shit, but yeah, tax the rich for fucking sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And make sure you bitch slap the next billionaire out there talking about, oh no, I pay so much in taxes. Oh, aren't I a hero? I paid my taxes. Billions of taxes. Yeah, how much did you pocket, bitch? Thank you for that follow, Ravaging Host 5. Revenge Host? No, it's the powerless, Mark. It's the powerless. That's who's holding us back, right? Shut up, bitch. You know what? We're playing a game, bitch. Do you like to play games, you son of a bitch? Welcome to the fucking game. Let's see how smart you are, bitch. Welcome to the fucking show. Oh, are you a dumbass? Let's find out. Let's find out. Mark Gainsby. All right, let's get that dice roll going here. There we go. Oh, fifth grade question. Fifth grade question for the smart man. So you're so smart, Mark Gainsby. Can you answer a question for a child in fifth grade? Let's find out. Here we go. Are you ready, Mark Gainsby, for your question? You have 5 seconds to answer this. Oh my God. I can barely read this. Oh my God, I can barely fucking read this. The text is incredibly small. Okay, hold on. Here we go. That's too hard. That's too hard for you. Okay, here we go. Simple math question here, buddy. Listen to you, dude. Listen to you. You have 5 seconds to answer this question, you son of a bitch. Okay? Dana needs 8 eggs to make 2 cakes. What is the total number of cakes she can make with 24 eggs? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, looks like Smarty Pants can't answer the question. Poor guy. Boo. Answer is 6, buddy. Answer is 6. You would know that if your head wasn't firmly up your own ass. Answer is 6. Enjoy your time out. Fuck Elon Musk. Guys, I got Proto Zero in my DMs calling me a cuck for reform. He's calling me a bootlicker. Go ahead and enjoy your block over there. Yeah. Calling people a cuck for reform. Thank you so much, Mark Gainsby, for being today's second dumbass. Second dumbass. Couldn't answer a simple math question, yet he knows everything about everything, guys. Over here defending Elon Musk. Oh, yeah. Let's blame the powerless. Because that's who's at fault. It's the fucking powerless, right? Causing all those issues. Those damn powerless people with zero resources. They're the source of the problem, guys. Didn't you know? Yeah, suck my dick, bitch. Gobble these nuts. I'm not gonna watch this. Fuck off. Shit, sorry, I didn't hear it all. My Bluetooth keyboard kicks me out of a different channel if I don't click the bar first. That is a weird keyboard situation you got there, homie. You got a keyboard kicking you out of Twitch channels? It's okay. I don't think you're a dumbass, so we weren't playing the game for you there, but I like it when other people participate and try to guess. It's cute. I like it. We're done with the mandates. Freedom Convoy vows violence as up to 2,000 vehicles head to Ottawa. Vehicles, not trucks. Well, I appreciate you watching however you can. Thank you. 2,000 vehicles. All right. Wow. Still, I mean, let's give them 50,000. Let's give them that number that they're exaggerating about. Let's give them 50,000. Right? Still a vocal minority. Okay? In a democratic system, they would lose. I'm good with maths, I promise. I feel like a turd for answering wrongly. It's fine. Are you smarter than a fifth grader is actually tough. I honestly don't know most of the questions I ask. I am a total hypocrite when it comes to are you a dumbass. I am a total hypocrite. All right. I just wanted to show this to people. I think it's great. This is off the subreddit Humans Being Bros. Pretty harrowing stuff here. There's a woman trapped here. Apartment's on fire. That entire floor smoking, right? These guys come through in the clutch. Come through in the fucking clutch. For some reason, she's not wearing clothes. I don't understand that. Maybe she just woke up. You know, maybe she was in her bedroom sleeping. Also interesting that she gives them her laptop first. Anyone notice that? Look at this. She hands him. She must be a student. I bet you she's a student because that's a laptop right there. Has to be. Like, please save my schoolwork. I don't want to do this over again. But no, these boys coming in through in the clutch here. I love this. This is great. I love to see it. Brings a smile to my face. It's good news. How about that? Some good news. Right? Poor thing. She's terrified, too. Watching a sped up time lapse of the crowd gathering in Ottawa is depressing. Just, even, good for them. You're out there protesting, even for shit I don't believe in. That's fine. I believe in democracy and you expressing yourself. Let's take it to the poll. Take it to the voting booth. Who's going to win? The majority is going to win. All right? My problem is when those people don't accept the results. They don't accept the democratic results. They don't accept that they've lost. Right? They're like, well, we fought, we lost. I guess we got to, because we agree in democracy, we're going to go along with it. But they don't agree in democracy. They'll fight and lose in a democratic contest and then do whatever they can to force what they want, like tyrants, like authoritarians. That's my problem with this current right-wing extremism that we're seeing. There's a zero respect for democracy. It's fine. You express yourself. You're marching. You're letting people know how you feel. Okay? Take those opinions to the voting booth. And then you lose. Not good enough. Not good enough. We're going to force it. I'm not down for that. I think it's bullshit. Okay. All right. I got time for one more video. I'm going to play some of these on Sunday. Yeah, okay, let's end with Alex Jones. That's entertaining, right? That's what we're here for, right? To laugh and have fun, be entertained. All right, no one fucking cares. Alex Jones, I mean, I don't even, fuck Alex Jones. I mean, yeah, but I mean, what can you say? It's Alex Jones punchline. You know what I mean? Like, the guy just speaks for himself half the time. Majority got vaxxed. It's mandated throughout most of the country, and I'm sorry you can't keep your job, but how can they think that they can force not only their own government mandate, but also on the U.S.? Yeah, no, it's... Look, and I don't agree with the mandates. I really don't. Like, I don't think it's cool to lose your job if you're politically protesting. I don't think it's cool to lose your job, for not getting vaccinated. I don't think it's cool. As a lefty libby, like I said, I explained what I would like to do, which is I'd like to ship you a shitload of tests so that you can get a QR code that allows you to live your life like everyone else. Okay? And that shit isn't checking your papers, okay? It's called an immunization record. Take that shit to the fucking dumpster. Able to cross the border without... I don't think people should be able to just cross the border without... She's gonna finish that sentence there. Yeah, tests are good. Yeah, no, I mean... I think it's dumb. I think it's stupid. I think a lot of charlatans and, grifters are taking advantage. But I'm a progressive. I don't agree with government tyranny. Okay? I agree. I want liberty. Okay? And that includes having the liberty to say, I don't want that shit in my body. I believe in body autonomy. Okay? So I believe liberals need to accept the fact that there's a bunch of dumbasses, okay, and we need to legislate around it. We can't just ban our way. We can't just censor our way into a better world. We can't. Because then we're just as bad as the authoritarians. They've been very effective at getting people vaxxed. It's sad, but it was a necessary move. It saves lives and the loss of a bit of freedom is something that people there accepted. If the Democratic majority has accepted that, that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but that's what it is, right? That's how democracy works. Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. Okay? I would vote not for mandates, but for not a vaccine mandate, but a testing mandate with a vaccine opt-out. Just like Kyle Kulinski explains. Right? I'm not cool with a company saying you're either vaccine or you don't work here. Here's the thing about anti-vax doctors. I think it's perfectly okay for a medical board to say, look, these are the standards that we've set for doctors, right? These are the standards we're setting for doctors. Okay, and if you don't fit those standards, you're going to lose your license. That's how it works for doctors. It's how it works for lawyers. It's how it works for a million other professional professions. But say a politician said, vote for me and I will allow anti-vax doctors to exist, but they have to clearly say, we don't believe in the vaccine science, right? Because it's the dishonesty that bothers me. These anti-vax doctors want to be like, we're pro-science, except for this one thing. But if people don't want to go for that, then that's democracy. It's tough. Yeah, democracy is the best worst system that we have. Okay? It's compromising. It's millions of people compromising and finding you know, you get a majority, you get, 51% says yes, then you got 49% of people unhappy. That's democracy. You got 49% of people who didn't get what they want. Welcome to democracy. It's the best worst system we got. Okay? Because the alternative is a small group of people on the left or the right, authoritarians, telling everybody how they got to live, no matter, and they don't have a choice of it. I don't like that either. That's a worse system than democracy. And democracy is far from perfect. Far from perfect. But it's the best worst system we got. This fucking MSNBC, Chris Hayes, shit. Diarrhea. Okay? Let me just make that clear. Okay? I show this shit as a way to inform people on how they spin things, on how they show things. Because it's less about the information that they're giving you or not giving you. It's often the presentation and the spin. With that said, does Alex Jones need his words spun? This is, to me, this is just fascinating because he's giving us the inside scoop. Alex Jones is giving us the inside scoop on what's happening with this January 6th investigation, right? So Donald Trump Jr. pleaded the fifth 500 times. Apparently, Alex Jones pled the fifth 100 times. For those who don't know what that means, the Fifth Amendment is, I think it's Fifth Amendment. It's basically your right to not self-incriminate, right? So if a cop says, okay, well, what, asks you a question, and you think that answer to your question is going to incriminate you in a criminal court, you don't have to relinquish that information. Which is kind of an admission of guilt, but it's, there's also edge cases where, where it's not an admission of guilt, but 9 times out of 10, it's basically an admission of guilt. But, you're basically saying, I'm guilty, but you need to find out why. The obligation is on you. You can't stick a gun to my head and I have to tell you everything. Chris Hayes has strangely war hockey on Ukraine lately. Well, yeah, of course. MSNBC, CNN, ABC, they all get, they'll have a Ukraine segment and then immediately segue into a fucking Lockheed Martin commercial, right? Or a Boeing commercial, right? They're totally paid for by the military-industrial complex, okay? And that's why this guy gets to keep his job, because he does it with a straight face. And oh boy, you push back on these sons of bitches, they get so offended. They clutch their pearls. Sir, we are doing a service. We are the fourth estate. We're journalists to the highest degree. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're propagandists, spin masters. And you fucking goggly-eyed son of a bitch, you're a fucking stenographer. When's the last time you saw Chris Hayes on the ground? Let's send Chris Hayes to the Ukraine to do an interview with someone. Let's do it. He's all in, guys. It's all in with Chris Hayes. The fifth estate, even if it's used like that, protects people much more than it lets them get away with crime. Is it the fifth estate? I thought the media was the fourth estate. Oh, it's a TV show. Fifth estate is a socio-cultural reference of groupings of outlier viewpoints of contemporary society. Most associated with... Oh, interesting. Okay, so mainstream media, fourth estate. Independent media, fifth estate. Interesting. I had no idea. I'm part of the fifth estate, guys. Can I spell weapons or fucking weapons? Can I spell words correctly? I can't even spell fourth. The term fourth estate or fourth power refers to the press and news media. Okay, so I was not inaccurate, but I had no idea that there's a vernacular for independent news journalists. That's cool. That is cool. All right, but let's end on some Alex Jones news. Why not? Because I think this is interesting at the very least to get a window into this January 6th investigation. I'm sorry in advance that we're going to watch Chris Hayes, though. I apologize. I truly am sorry.
New York, I'm Chris Hayes. There's a trial set. There's going to be a trial in the government's case against the far-right extremist gang known as the Oath Keepers, stemming from the group's involvement in plotting the January 6th insurrection. Today, 18 members of the Oath Keepers were in virtual court. Some of them are just charged with regular old criminal conspiracy.
Thank you, Raving Host 5. I appreciate it. I do. Welcome to the News Underground, where we actually cover real news, except for when we don't, and we cover bullshit like this.
For their involvement in the attack on the Capitol. Their trial date is set for April, just 3 months from now. Other groups, including the group's founder, Elmer Stewart Rhodes III,
look at this idiot,
will face trial in July for the separate, more serious charge of seditious conspiracy. And that's an important distinction. Seditious conspiracy is a rarely used statute, basically only ever leveled at extremist groups who are trying to overthrow the government. I'll read the relevant section. According to the criminal code, quote, if two or more persons conspire to overthrow, put down, or to destroy by force the government of the United States, or by force to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the United States. And just in the...
That sounds like these January 6 guys. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm really not. The law of the land is the way it is. Okay? If people want to vote for a change of government, communism, anarchism, whatever it is, they want to vote for it, okay, that should be well within their right. But it should not be okay for any group, a majority or minority, to come in with force and forcefully change a country's government. So I'm metropolitan. I don't really believe in the human race. I respect countries and I respect their laws, but I don't have nostalgia for America or Canada or the UK. You know what I mean? Like, to me, they're just lines on the map. Because you know why? Because there's human beings living in all those places. And we all need to share resources. Okay? So at the same time, there's lots of culture, there's lots of, lots of history. All that should be respected. Right? But at the end of the day, you start putting on a funny hat and sticking a gun in your hand and killing the other guy because he's from a different country. You've completely lost the plot. Okay? Because it's the human race. It should be the human race, Earth, versus the universe. Okay? It shouldn't be human being versus human being. Okay? With that said, I totally value cultural history. I totally value society and the cultural differences. I don't think we should all be the same. Right? I don't think that. But at the same time, you put on a funny suit and you put a gun in your hand, you start killing other people because they're from a different part of Panacea. I don't understand the logic behind that. I don't understand nationalism is basically what I'm saying. I mean, I understand it, but I don't agree with it. Okay. At the same time, I would never want to say that the history and culture of these places should be erased and we should all be homogenized. My problem is that we're not working together as a species to do what we're supposed to be doing, which is getting in the fucking space, getting in stars and exploring. We haven't even explored the oceans, right? But we have this amazing amount of things that we don't know right above us, right? And all we need to do is fucking do a little bit of kumbaya and get our asses up there. Russian, American, UK, Chinese, all human beings. We all got guts. All of our blood is red, right? So it's fine. You want to put your, Chinese flag on your shoulder while you're exploring the stars with the American guy with an American flag on his shoulder. Whatever. That's great. Right? But you want to start shooting at each other. Russia, Ukraine. Right? I'm just not down for that shit. I don't think it's justified in the least. Anyway, what I'm trying to explain is that I think it is legitimate for these people to be arrested. And frankly, if the law of the land says you need to be hung because you're seditionists, you should be hung. That's the law of the land. You can't disagree with a democratic election and then change it by force. And if the law of the land says that you attempted to do that, and the word is not coming to me, but the punishment for that crime is you getting hung, well, then you should be fucking hung. Right? Because what's the alternative? Letting these goobers just tell us what to do? Telling us what we can read? Telling us who we can fuck? Telling us how we can think? Who we can vote for? If we can vote at all? I don't fucking think so. I don't fucking think so. This guy didn't like the results of a democratic election, and he tried to change it by force. The law of the land says you got to get strung up. And frankly, I agree with it. Get the rope. They brought the hangman's noose. They were ready.
And that's an important distinction. Seditious criminal code, quote, if two or more persons conspire to overthrow, put down, or to destroy by force the government of the United States, or by force to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the United States.
I agree, Lost
And
on
just on
Earth.
the face of it, that does seem to be exactly what happened here. A heavily armed right-wing group plotted to storm the Capitol on January 6th in order to disrupt the peaceful transfer of power as outlined in the Electoral Count Act and the Constitution. And believe me, we could spend the entire hour just reading some of the details from these indictments. Take, for instance, this guy. You may have seen him before, Thomas Caldwell. He was in charge of the so-called Quick Reaction Force, that's at least according to court documents by prosecutors, whose purpose...
So we're cool with this guy just, disregarding the election and we got to listen to this guy now. He knows better. He knows better than the Democratic majority that voted for Joe Biden. And we just got to listen to him. Everyone's cool with this, right? Because I hope everyone's cool with it, because after 2022 and 2024, these guys are in charge. These are the fascists that are in charge. So I hope you're ready to be told how to live by this stupid son of a bitch, because him and millions of people like him can't wait to tell you how to live. Can't wait to tell you what to read, who to fuck. Anyone gonna fight for this? Anyone gonna fight against this? No, we're just gonna let them roll it all over, huh? Gonna allow neoliberal Joe Biden to completely fail the American public, creating a vacuum that fascism festers in. Yeah, that's right. We know where the fascists stand. Where do the neoliberals stand? They don't stand for anything. And that's exactly why they're folding to pieces of shit like this. Completely folding. Okay? So when these guys start telling you who to fuck and what to read, remember, it was the neoliberals that allowed it to happen. Okay? Fascism only grows when there is a weak and feckless milquetoast left. And we're just letting it happen. Progressives sitting on their ass. Streaming on Twitch. I'll be participating in that May Day strike. You fucking betcha. I'll probably be alone, though. Because that's how pathetic the situation is. I mean, talk about a pathetic protest. I'm over here criticizing these pathetic truckers. Yeah. No, we're going to witness a very sad fucking protest with my May Day strike protest. But I don't give a shit. I believe in what I say. I live my principles. I live these. I don't care if I'm the only fucking person out there telling people that their labor is worth something. That they can demand more from their employers. That they don't have to settle for $8 an hour for their entire life. And if I'm the only one out there saying it, then so goddamn be it. It's what I believe in. And I know it's right. This guy believes in a lot of things too, and he knows it's right too. All right? He doesn't think democracy is right.
This was to rapidly transport weapons into D.C. once the group had successfully taken control of the Capitol. That's the same guy who Tucker Carlson puts on his show as just a poor old disabled veteran who was only in D.C. on January 6th to stand up for his beloved country.
Poor guy. I can't even get a minute of Chris Hayes, man. That was 1 minute and 47 seconds. YouTube is trash. YouTube is literally worse than cable fucking news, man. 1 minute and 47 seconds that justifies a commercial? Holy shit.
Claim that you plan to bring, quote, heavy weapons by boat across the Potomac River. Were you planning, what kind of heavy weapons do you think that refers to? Were you planning to do that?
I have no idea, and no, I was not, Tucker. Look, I was a Navy guy, okay?
Yeah,
now,
right.
Navy guys do know about water, but it's like aircraft carriers, you know, we're talking about blue water Navy here. So this other stuff,
What?
I don't know anything about, didn't have any role in planning any of it. It's just more hooey.
Now, maybe he's right. Maybe the whole thing is entirely
Lost on Earth, I don't want to hear any fucking excuses as to why you can't participate. The only thing I want to hear is I'm going and I'm going to be there this long. If you expect me to coddle you for any fucking excuses, don't expect it. Okay? We are on the verge of a fascist takeover. I don't want to hear a fucking word about excuses why you can't do anything. Get your ass out in the streets.
fabricated and ludicrous. The seditious conspiracy indictment does paint a very different picture, I should say. The indictment lays out how Caldwell booked a hotel room in Arlington that could have quick access to D.C., and that a fellow Quick Reaction Force member, quote, said, "We'll have goodies in case things go bad and we need to get heavy." Going on to note, quote, Caldwell.
Guys, he's just talking about Reese's Pieces and lollipops, okay? Getting heavy, that just means a really heavy club sandwich. They were going to hand out sandwiches to everybody, guys. He had sandwich fixings at the hotel room, dudes.
Well, was asking context if they or anyone they knew could lend a boat so that we could have our quick response team with heavy.
Good, then get your ass out there. Then you literally have zero excuse not to get your ass out there. And get your ass out there for the whole fucking day. I'm going to be out there 24 hours. Okay? I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's going to be freezing fucking cold. I'm going to be the only one standing there. I'm doing it though. I'm doing it. Okay? Maybe if I can't afford a live stream, I'll take video and I'll post it on the stream the next day. Okay? You got the day off? Good. Protest. Remind people the value of their labor. Remind them that this is the biggest bargaining chip that they've ever had. And collectively, we have so much power. So much power. Do it.
Weapons standing by, quickly load them and ferry them across the river to our waiting arms. Caldwell pleaded not guilty today, as did Stuart Rhodes, the alleged brains behind this entire operation. Again, the indictment lays out how, after the election, he quote, began encouraging members and affiliates of his organization to oppose by force the lawful transfer of presidential power. You can see there the sort of callback to the seditious conspiracy language. Also, how he and his allies, quote, began recruiting others to travel to D.C. to participate in operations aimed at stopping the transfer of presidential power. They coordinated travel across the country to enter Washington, D.C., equipped themselves with a variety of weapons, donned combat and tactical.
Okay, I see what you're saying on technicality. Yeah. I get you. We got to start somewhere. We got to do something, anything. We should be marching to the Capitol. We should be marching to Nancy Pelosi's house. We should be marching to AOC's house. We should be marching to the fucking White House. Okay? We should be having big fucking speeches, and we should be shutting down our industries, joining unions. Joining unions and leveraging that power against the oligarchy. We're doing none of it. And all I hear on the Twitter left are fucking excuses. Fucking excuses. These hippy dippy Brady Bunch panels. None of them are marching. None of them. Dylan Burns or Byers or whatever the fuck his name is. All his audience Oh, I'm such a big lefty. Where are you at? Do a 2-hour march and do a speech and bring your audience with you, dude. Hassan, where are you at? Where are you at, dude? Tell your entire audience of 40,000 Zoomers, hey, if you're in the wherever area that he lives in, I'm going to be marching. And at the end, you're going to see me live do a big Hassan speech. That's what Alex Jones did on January 6th. Told his entire audience, be there or be square. You're not cool unless you're there. You want to meet me in person, want to join me in my protest on January 6th. Meet me there. And then he did a big old fucking speech at the end about, it's the new 1776. It's the new 1776, everybody. What, is Hassan too good for that? I guess he's too good for that. Millions of dollars. Could pay for water and granola bars for the entire protest. Could pay to hire people to organize logistics. Just an incredible amount of resources and time at his fingertips. Doesn't do a fucking thing for the Progressive Network except discourse. And talking to right-wingers about how fucking stupid they are. Shameful. And you're fucking right I'm saying it. Oh, you're criticizing him because he's rich. I'm criticizing him because he's not using his wealth to help the progressive movement. You're goddamn right. Well, we can have both. That's what I'm saying. Look, you want to be a Twitter celeb, you want to be a Twitch celeb, you want to get that clout and get those dono monies and date models and live in fancy apartments. Great. Shave off just a fucking slice, man. And take 4 hours of your life to march down fucking Main Street for a couple hours and do a speech and bring your audience with you and encourage your audience to join unions, join protest movements, and donate to these movements. Actually do some activism with your immense celebrity and resources instead of just jerking yourself off. The Leftovers podcast with Ethan Klein. All they do is talk about what the right-wingers are saying. Oh, wow, isn't Ben Shapiro dumb? No shit! Guess who's in charge? Guess who's going to be in charge in 2024? Ben Shapiro. Oh, wow, isn't that fucked up? Yeah, it sure is, dude. I wish somebody with an incredible audience and an incredible amount of resources did fucking something about it. Golly gee, if only there was somebody who has a shitload of money and a shitload of time and a shitload of clout. If only. You see, you're fucking right, I'm frustrated about Hassan and these other celebrities on the left. Vosh. Incredible amount of clout, incredible amount of resources. You're just pissing it away, jerking yourself off. Fuck you.
Gear, and we're prepared to answer Rhodes' call to take up arms at Rhodes' direction. And again, to be absolutely clear here, but those are all quotes from an indictment. Rhodes and Caldwell and their associates, they're all innocent until proven otherwise in a court of law. But we should say this. Rhodes did do a fair amount of this plotting in public. Take this November 10th, 2020 episode of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones' internet show, where in the middle of detailing a truly bananas theory about deep state pedophiles trying to sabotage Donald Trump, Rhodes just openly admitted he already had Oath Keepers stationed near D.C. to keep Trump in power.
We have men already stationed outside D.C. as a nuclear option. In case they attempt to remove the president illegally, we will step in and stop it. So I've got good men on the ground already. We've did a leaders recon there last week, and we're sorting out what we're going to be staging, and we'll be there. We'll be inside D.C. We'll also be on the outside of D.C. armed, prepared to go in if the president calls us out.
If you are struggling to lose weight and secretly want to escape from the prison of fat.
What are we looking at? Is this person sticking a blow dryer up their vagina and fat is leaving? What?
My God, he'd admit it. I mean, this was not some high-tech surveillance by the FBI. This wasn't.
Guys, I don't search on the internet how to blow dry my vagina. I really don't. I don't do that. I promise you. I haven't looked for single Asian females in my area since I was dating 10 years ago. And yet, Canada, are you a lonely Canadian who fetishizes Asian women? You too can get one. They don't care about age limits.
And some wiretap. Stuart Rose just went on Alex Jones's show and said, this is what we're going to do. And it sure sounds like, just in his own words, what he was going to do is seditious conspiracy right there. Armed men stationed outside D.C. as a nuclear option to use force to try to disrupt the peaceful transfer of power. The peaceful transfer of power being getting rid of Donald Trump.
Sounds like sedition to me. All right. Where's the noose? Where's the noose, Joe Biden? Where's Merrick Garland on this one, Joe Biden? These sons of bitches should be strung up. Sedition is a crime to get, if you're not getting hung, where's the punishments? Some people getting 6 months. Okay. Oh, I just tried a little sedition. It was just a little. I won't do it again, I promise. Hee hee.
Because he lost the election. And speaking of Alex Jones, the guy who is on your screen there, the man to whom Rhodes admitted the plot amidst his peroration about the deep state pedophiles, Alex Jones had his own run-in with investigators just yesterday. In fact, Alex Jones sat down before the bipartisan House committee investigating January 6th. And
this is fascinating.
Fly on the wall. He pleaded the fifth nearly 100 times instead of answering questions. He's not the first to plead the fifth, and he is absolutely within his constitutional rights to do just that. But then when he went on his internet show and blabbed about the whole thing to his followers.
You can't walk in to something like that with people like that. I don't know who these lawyers are running it.
I did it by accident.
I don't know if they're good people or bad people. They came always polite and nice. But when you've got predators like Schiff back in the background like a moray eel in the rocks ready to come out and eat you.
Frankly, I don't see an Alex Jones on the left. I was just talking about this because Alex Jones uses his incredible clout and resources for political activism. Cenk doesn't do that. Hassan doesn't do that. Vosh doesn't do that. Destiny doesn't do that. They jerk themselves off and marinate in their own celebrity. None of them advocate for actual activism, and they certainly don't show up. Alex Jones shows up to these marches. Marches right along with everybody. So just like how we don't have a Donald Trump on the left, we don't have an Alex Jones on the left. We got a bunch of clout chasing man babies. Have you seen how Hassan dresses himself? 30-year-old man looks like a toddler fresh out of the baby gap. You're a 30-year-old man, dude. What are you wearing pastels for? You're not fresh. You look infantile. Needs the clout more, though. I think the right works harder to get the followers. They do. They put the work in. That's what I'm saying. These fascists are putting in the work. And they're getting it done. 2022 is going to be a Democratic bloodbath that ends whatever majority that they had. Okay? Putting a complete stop to all governing. And then 2024 seals the deal. Could very well be our last election. If I was telling lefties what they want to hear, I would probably have more viewers. I tell lefties, you are obligated to do something. You are in danger. You need to actually do something about it. And that scares people the fuck away, along with my anger and frustration that comes natural with being a fighter. I am who I am. Okay? I'm a pugilist. I'm a fighter. Okay? That's all I know how to do. And that turns a lot of people off. When you're telling people you got to do something, that turns them off. When you're telling, hey, it's all right, just be nice, and it's okay, both sides suck. Come and hang out with your bud, cultivating parasocial relationships. And time getting followers because leftist policy is not reactionary, requires underlying labor movements, while the right only has to scare people who do blacks are coming. Now, that is true, but I mean, the left could be... That is a good point. it is a lot easier for the right to be culture warriors and not have to defend any policies or politics and just say, you know, BLM wants to teach you to have sex with Mr. Potato Head, right? It is a lot, but that goes back to our Sark quote, right, about how fascists don't need to follow they don't have to respect language. They gleefully participate in being bad actors, right? They don't have to defend what they're saying. So, because of Final Fantasy 14, probably the same. I'm probably in the same boat. I'm actually a massive gamer. I would really love to be playing games and talking about games. I'm actually an amateur video game historian. I was a curator at a video game museum for a long time. But I feel so guilty when I get on stream and I do anything other than politics, because there is a fascist takeover happening. Okay, and fascists you don't vote fascists out. The neoliberals think that they're going to get another chance. Oh, if people vote for Trump again or Ron DeSantis, they'll see how bad it is and they'll just vote him out. Right now, I'm playing Days Gone on the extreme hard difficulty. It's very satisfying. I'm right at the end, actually, of Days Gone. And I'm playing it on the hardest fucking difficulty, man. I'm talking you get deleted in milliseconds, and it's really great. I will say this: when the Death Stranding collector's or director's cut is released, I'll probably be doing another Death Stranding playthrough. If these truckers really accomplish something, I'll believe it. We are done soon. If we can radicalize people so easy and manipulate so many to storm the capital of 2 North American countries within a year, almost. Jesus fucking Christ. I moved to Canada for a reason, okay? While I'm seeing a rise of extremism here in Canada, frankly, it's not anywhere close to the kind of extremism I'm seeing in America. It's troubling. I don't like to see it. It's really gross, okay? I hate it. But at the same time, I do believe that a grand majority of Canadians still believe in democracy. I believe a grand majority of Canadians believe in liberty. I believe the American dream lives in Canada. Albeit truncated. You could always use the medium of gamer as a Trojan horse to pursue your political agenda. That seems to be popular these days. I tried that. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. With that said, I did create, if you guys want to help support me, I did create a casual gaming channel just recently, because I do hope to do more gaming streams, do more casual streams. But so if you want to follow, I haven't like gussied it up or done any of the fancy things, but if you want to help a brother out and give me that follow, on my casual gaming channel, that would be great. But honestly, until 2024, you probably won't be seeing much activity on there, because the time is now that we as Americans, thank you, Documira, for that follow. Thank you. We as Americans are under assault. And if we don't use every moment we have left, we're going to lose it all. They're already burning the books. They're already going after trans people. Okay? It's only a matter of time before they just go after anybody who's on the left. And we can't give them that power. We must fight. So I feel so guilty when I do a stream. With that said, I'll probably be doing a Death Stranding playthrough. It's 2024. After the fascist takeover is done, might as well game a bit before the end. No, game a bit. No, that's defeatism. I'm a fighter. I'd rather die on my fucking feet than give up. Absolutely not. That's defeatism. I cannot accept it. I said in 2024. I get it. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll still be doing political streams, but I will probably take a break once the Republicans win in 2024 from politics, just because it's like, here we go. Here we go. I mean, what I don't know. I'll be so despondent. I'll be so depressed. I'll be so defeated. I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably just take a break from streaming altogether for a couple months. You know, after covering the presidential elections.
Then there's no reason to even dignify it because it's not legitimate. That said, the questions were overall pretty reasonable, and I wanted to answer the questions.
So this is why I think after 2024, Alex Jones will be considered a lefty. Because there are certain things, I mean, love him or hate him, and of course I hate him, but there are certain things that Alex Jones does and says that are outside of the Republican fascist dogma, and that will not be excusable after 2024. So I think my prediction is, and if someone wants to, I put $100 on it, no one responded, but if someone wants to put $100 on it, I'll gladly put $100 on this, that after 2024, I'll give myself a 4-year time span that Alex Jones will be called a rhino and be called a communist and a leftist. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be depressed. I'm no fan of Trudeau, but I'm not a fan of anyone else but Jagmeet. And I don't think he'd do a great job either, but we know a con government is coming eventually. I mean, Jagmeet Singh of the NDP there's a lot of criticisms you can levy his way. That's totally fair, but let's be real. He's obviously the progressive choice, right? Obvious. It's a shame though that the binary politics has existed in Canada for its eternity. There's always been these fringe parties, you know, the Greens, the PPCs, but it has literally always been the conservative government or the liberal government for Canada's entire democratic history. So it is time for that but here's the thing, Raven, here's the thing. I love him, honestly. I'm from NS and he grew up in NL. I get him. I like him. I think he's great. I would like to, as a fighter, I would like to hear him be more aggressive, but at the same time, he's definitely checking the right boxes. Okay. But here's the great thing about Canada. And this is one of the main reasons why I moved here. The parliamentary system. Okay, the NDP doesn't have to get a majority of the country on its side to gain power and to gain influence. Okay, they can get enough votes to force the liberals into certain progressive things like cheaper housing, more affordable housing, education, Native people's rights, a lot of those things, making the NHS even better. Right. Making it so that old people can retire in dignity, even better than what it is now. That's what's so amazing about the Canadian system. Okay. And it's nearly impossible as a third party in the United States. I say nearly, it is impossible as a third party in the United States right now, to gain much power. Right. I vote NDP. Well, I haven't always voted though. It's fine. And it's not fine, but all we can do is correct ourselves. All we can do is better ourselves and say, I made a mistake in the past. I wasn't participating. I'm participating now. I see the value in participating, and moving forward, I'm going to participate. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. I was, in my 20s, I wasn't, political. I was a video game obsessed weirdo. I'm shocked I found a girlfriend to marry me.
But at the same time, it's a good thing I didn't, because I'm the type that tries to answer things correctly, even if I don't know all the answers. And they can then try to claim that that's perjury.
I mean, put that on the January 6th committee movie poster. Pretty reasonable, Alex Jones. So Jones.
These people think they're fucking comedians, and they're not. Look at the smirk. You think you're funny? You think this is an episode of The West Wing? You think you're zinging them? Huh? Why don't you do 45 minutes on the failure of the neo-fucking liberal establishment to do anything about the rise of fascism? You smirking fucking clown. Hey, welcome back, Comrade Chicken. Good to see you. I don't always see it, to be honest, but I'm enticed enough. I will vote NDP. I shouldn't think this way, I know. I mean, well, just vote your principles. And the great thing about this parliamentary system is that your vote isn't quote-unquote wasted. Right, your support of the NDP can go towards them forcing the liberals into a coalition and then forcing the liberals to be more progressive, which is what we need, right? So it's not a waste. And in the United States, it's really, really difficult, right? Because like during the 2016, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing fucking awesome. Fascism taking over. It's great. Feels awesome. Progressives couldn't be more irrelevant right now than you know, we might as well not even fucking exist. I feel great. Anyway, fuck Chris Hayes. Fuck his smirk. Fuck his paycheck. Fuck his spin. Fuck his tie. It's about to. Shut up, comrade. It's about to. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm fucking wrong. I did hear something promising, which is like right now, according to 538 polls, like you respect those. Well, you missed the whole stream. Okay, I'm ending the stream now. So maybe show up on time next time. I feel like they should somehow vote the non-vote, not as a vote. Value the non-vote, not as a vote. Just as to what a current government is capable of doing. That's really nuanced for sure. Yeah, and we're dealing with the mass public. We're dealing with the... Check the VOD. Check the VOD, my comrade. Check the VOD. So I don't know what... I can't... I don't control time, okay? I'm not fucking Doctor Strange, all right? Sorry. I started my stream at 12 o'clock. PST. It's a pretty reasonable time. 12 o'clock PST, that's a pretty reasonable time. You probably catch friends. I am abandoned nihilism. My goal is to destroy nihilism. That's who I am. You may call me abandoned nihilism. That is my mission. That is my goal. That is what I'm here to do. Anyway, big motherfucking props to Raven Host 5, who's going to go ahead and get our Garbage Fuel Award of the day. Garbage Fuel would like to thank Raven Host 5 for participating in today's stream. Garbage Fuel. Thank you so much, Raven Host 5. #1 drink mix company in the world. Made 100% out of garbage juice. Totally organic, we think. Pretty sure it's organic. It's coming out of the garbage. It's got to be organic. It's the finest garbage juice we can get from behind a Denny's at 6 a.m. Okay? Garbage Fuel would like to thank Raven Host 5 for participating in today's stream. It's good for you. Don't listen to what the lawsuits say. They're just lawsuits. Come on. Fake news. Okay? Mercury. Oh, I drank mercury. Pussies. My babushka always told me to drink garbage or you go bye-bye. Listen to your bababushka, okay? #1 drink mix company in the world. Garbage Fuel. No. Big props to you. Big props to Comrade Chicken. Big props to Macarius Rex. True OG. True motherfucking OG. Macarius Rex. Big props to Stjorn Bjorn. True OG. Stjorn Bjorn. Big props. Big props. Okay, thank you for coming through. Big props to Lost on Earth. He's turned into an OG himself. Thank you, Lost on Earth, coming back from more than one stream. I think your 3rd or 4th stream. Big motherfucking props to Lost on Earth. You keep this up, you'll be getting yourself that Garbage Fuel Award of the day. Coveted. Docky Mirror, thank you so much, Docky Mirror. True OG. Docky Mirror, definitely OG, giving me that follow on my casual gaming channel. It's going to sit abandoned. Well, I do appreciate it, but you know, I don't want you to love me. I want you to love activism. I want you to love democracy. I want you to love liberty, and I want you to get out there and fucking protest. Because you know what? It's a 3-step program to create political change in this country. Step 1: educate yourself. Read, watch, do everything you can. Step 2, join a progressive organization in your area. And if there isn't one, then you fucking better create one. Step 3, participate. Put in the work. Put in 1 hour a week. Make some signs. Make some phone calls. Hit that march up. Donate some dough. It's a 3-step program to create political change. Do it. Do it. All right? New in 2022, paid sick leave is here. Woohoo! No, but just do it. Activism. Are you here to are you celebrating 2 streams? Snap. I'll prep for the attention next time. Thank you, Lost on Earth, for sticking around. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for believing in democracy. Thank you for believing in liberty. Thank you. Peace in that motherfucking Middle East. Fuck fascism. Keep fighting. I'm gonna die on my feet, and I hope there's others with me. But if there isn't, I stand alone, and I'm okay with that. But goddamn, I don't want to. I want to win this fight. Join it. Join it. Give your life purpose. Join the fight. Thank you, everybody. Peace in that motherfucking Middle East.
Fuck